It's time, y'all. We are indeed back in the building today. And yes, it is the world's most famous arena in Madison Square Garden in New York. A pivotal Game 5. Winner takes a 3-2 series lead. New York, you better show up and show out at home. Let's go ahead and start the show. That is right, folks. That is right. We are back with our New York Knicks after a 2-game hiatus. We are back where we're supposed to be. Back like we never left. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. We had to bring the exact same outfit here today because I'm not going to be the reason the Knicks lose. We won with me wearing this, so we're going to bring it back out. The only thing I changed was the tie. Put on a different blue tie today. That's it. That's it. That's the only fun I'm going to have with the outfit, and that is it. That's it. That's it. That's it. Make sure we're good, ready to go in the building. This is a pivotal Game 5. This is as pivotal as a Game 7. To me, this is win or go home. To me, the loser loses the series. Right? You take a commanding 3-2 series lead. You go back to Atlanta for Game 6 before, let's live in this hypothetical world that will not happen, but a hypothetical world where the New York Knicks lose today. Let's say that. Now, the Hawks are one game away from eliminating you. You have to go to Atlanta, beat them there. And we know they're a good home team. I know we kind of crushed them in the previous game. It wasn't too particularly close, especially in that second half. But you didn't run them off the court completely. Here today, the Knicks have an opportunity to mostly put this one away. Going up 3-2 doesn't guarantee a victory in the series. But it obviously gives you a higher chance knowing that the other team then has to beat you 2 games in a row, including 1 game on the road. All I'm going to say is New York better handle the business today. And we're going to leave it at that. We know the things that work. We know the things that don't work well. We know who needs to step up. We know who needs to play well. I've always considered it all hands on deck anyway. So we're going to leave it at that. We could run down real quick and then talk about Atlanta, I guess, real quick. But we know Jalen Brunson, you better step up. He hasn't had a signature game so far this series. Game 1, he came out with his hair on fire. 19 first quarter points. Was kind of quiet the rest of the game. 111 in the following 3 quarters. Outside of Game 1, first quarter, Brunson has been mediocre to bad. And that kind of puts the Knicks in an interesting position where their best player has yet to play well. And the Knicks still have the series tied at 2-2 despite Jalen Brunson getting locked up by Dyson Daniels and Nickeil Alexander-Walker right now. Considering Karl-Anthony Towns has dominated this series from the moment the Knicks finally realized that he has been or should be the best player in this series. And when they finally realized that, guess what? The games haven't been particularly close, right? David Ross Jr. also pointing out OG Anunoby has also been phenomenal, averaging over 20, averaging 9 boards. And you guys know I have specified this all season long. We have talked about how OG Anunoby, if you're going to play the 4 alongside Karl-Anthony Towns in the starting lineup, it's a little bit of positionless. You got him, you got Hart, you got Bridges, we get that. But OG Anunoby, essentially the second tallest player on the court for the New York Knicks alongside Karl-Anthony Towns, will put him traditionally at the power forward spot, usually guards the biggest forward on the team. And OG Anunoby has, for the most part, been a below-average rebounder for his position. Here in this series, he is attacking the glass, and I love to see the aggression from Anunoby. The shot is falling the way it needs to fall for OG, and everything has fallen into place after that. It's the other things we have questions about. It's Jalen Brunson needing to be better and really relinquishing the reins of the offense over to Karl-Anthony Towns, specifically for this series, not for the entirety of the playoffs, specifically for this series, maybe for the entirety of the playoffs. We'll see how it continues to play out. But Mikal Bridges has been MIA for majority of the series. Hopefully he has a nice, outstanding game here today. I was listening to, I believe it was Steph Bondy on a podcast where he talked about, hold on, this isn't completely right. Hold on, we didn't come out the way we needed to come out. Missing one vital, important piece. one very important piece before I continue talking about Mikal Bridges. All right, now we're good. Now we're ready to go. The one thing that I listened to was Steph Bondy. He was on a podcast, I believe it was on Knicks Film School, where he talked about, I only saw the clip, I didn't see the whole podcast, but what he talked about was like, this is a very physically tough series. And that doesn't typically benefit Mikal Bridges. He doesn't play well with physicality. We know this. He avoids physicality. It's part of the reason he doesn't get to the foul line anymore. He's more concerned with staying as healthy as possible, which I get. Okay, fine. But brother, we still need you to knock down shots and contribute offensively. So he did, scored 8 points the other night. That's fine. We'll take it. Obviously you want more, but we'll take it. The thing about that is I heard him say that and I started thinking about last year. Okay, last year, round one, Detroit, Mikal Bridges was kind of MIA in that series too. He was better than he's been in this series. He didn't throw up a donut in that series. But he wasn't particularly good in that series either. But he came through in the next series against Boston, which funnily enough this year in round two, we will likely be playing Boston. 76ers and Celtics going at it right now. Winner will move on, or it's do or die for the Celtics. It's 3-1 series. So Celtics could move on here tonight, or they could send it back to Philly for a game 6. But Mikal Bridges had a much better round two versus Celtics, who are a much more finesse team. So that makes sense, and it made me look at Mikal Bridges a little bit, and it's just like, okay, listen, give us what you can give us in this series. Give me around 10 points. Give me some solid defense on Alexander Walker, and we'll keep it moving, right? It's not your series same way. It's not necessarily Brunson's series. So I'm looking at Karl-Anthony Towns, I'm looking at Anunoby, I'm looking at Josh Hart, and I'm looking at the players off the bench to really elevate their games. And so far they have, for the most part. They're going to need to do it here today, right? They're going to need to continue to do it. And that's what I want to say about Mikal. That's really the only player I'm going to go on a rant about here. David said close game, 35-41. 45-42 now is what I have up here on the Gamecast on ESPN. We'll keep an eye on it all game long. Obviously, we'll be live while this game goes to an end. The next game tonight is the late game, Spurs-Blazers. So, obviously, this Celtics 76ers game, incredibly important for the future of the Knicks. 45-43, by the way. Villainette TV, appreciate you guys. We're going to run through the chat in a second here. Let's just get through the rest of the rotation. Josh Hart has been phenomenal. We talk about OG Anunoby being the MVP of the series. I think Josh Hart has been an MVP of this series as well. I think he's been absolutely phenomenal. But Mitchell Robinson needs to step up a bit. He's been solid, but in a couple of games, not utilized, to me, in my opinion, not utilized to his full potential. Mike Brown allowing the Hack-a-Mitch in one game, in one quarter so far, for him to decide, maybe I limit Mitchell Robinson's minutes here. Mitch is very valuable in this series, and I hope he has a standout game here tonight. Definitely going to need it. We are at home. You're going to have the home court boost. You're going to have the energy boost from the fans. So hopefully our Knicks come out to a hot, fast-paced start. I'm ready for it. Deuce McBride off the bench has been pretty dang good in this series so far. Pretty phenomenal overall. A little bit of a slow shooting start, but got it going for the most part as the season went on. Landry Shaman not part of the rotation right now in this series. Jose Alvarado getting those spots. They needed a backup point guard. Alvarado's been very, very good, especially in the last game. Love the minutes from Alvarado. Hopefully we get a little bit of that here today, especially with the home crowd. I expect Alvarado to be on 10 tonight. Mo Diawara, not a part of the rotation right now. I get it. He's a rookie. Not entirely going to trust rookies. Same with Sohan. Clarkson getting those minutes right now. Clarkson is performing pretty well overall. Obviously, you're always going to be at a little bit of a defensive deficiency with Jordan Clarkson, but I'll give him credit. He is locked in and has been pretty fantastic for the most part in this series. And then same deal with Tyler Kolek. As it is with Mo Diawara. You're just not going to trust a young player like that who hasn't been there before, especially in a very physical, pressure-packed series like this against the Hawks. So maybe we see them later on in the series, and maybe not necessarily Kolek, but maybe we see Mo Diawara get an opportunity later on in the series. But you never know. Probably not. We run down the Hawks real quick. Jalen Johnson has been in Alcatraz Island thanks to Josh Hart. He's been fantastic in guarding him. Nickeil Alexander-Walker has been in Alcatraz Island thanks to Mikal Bridges. He's been locked up. CJ McCollum is the one who's gone off, and partly because Brunson was matched up with CJ McCollum to start the year. Maybe not the greatest decision there, but they have since switched to matchups. Hopefully they continue with those matchups here today. We'll see how the Atlanta Hawks adjust after a full game of Josh Hart, I believe, being matched up with CJ McCollum. Dyson Daniels is the guy who they try to hide Brunson on now. I think they should have been doing that earlier from the start, from the get-go, to make sure a guy like CJ McCollum doesn't get hot and go off. But they made the adjustment. We'll see how the Hawks adjust to that adjustment. That's what the playoffs are all about. It's a pivotal Game 5. You got to be ready for anything. Onyeka Okongwu, he can be hit or miss. Sometimes he's knocking down shots. Sometimes he's not, and that's kind of where his impact comes from on this team in this matchup. High vibe. What's up, High vibe? Knicks in 6. Yes, sir. Corey Kispert put into the rotation over Zachary Riza-Shea. Speaking of, over Zachary Riza-Shea, because Riza-Shea was horrible and looked overwhelmed in like 3 minutes in Game 1, and Quinn Snyder was like, okay, we're done with that. But Corey Kispert hasn't been that much better either. The only guy I don't have up here is Jonathan Kuminga, and I should have. But Kuminga, in the 2 games the Hawks won, Kuminga was fantastic. In the 2 games the Hawks lost, Kuminga was a bit of a no-show, and the Knicks locked him up. So I guess depending on the version we're gonna get of Kuminga tonight and how the Knicks can limit his effectiveness, I guess we'll decide the victor of this game. Hopefully the Knicks are ready for the challenge. We can look at our bingo card. It's been the same things, and we just shuffled the spots for them. We got Cat for 25, a failed challenge, a 4-point play. Jalen Johnson for 25, a shot clock violation. Alexander Walker for 25. He has yet to hit 25 in the series so far. Triple-double. Bridges for 10. We lowered Bridges down to 10 points. Maybe we should have lowered Alexander Walker to 20, but we lowered Bridges down to 10. A jump ball, Okongwu 3 threes, Hart 12, 5 and 5, a successful challenge, and he played for 3 blocks. Is slowly becoming one of my favorite squares. Brunson for 30 points, Daniels for 4 stocks, McCollum for 25 points, McBride 3 threes, Kuminga 12 and 5. I think this is a big square that decides the winner of these games so far in this series. Anunoby for 20 is also a big one. Robinson 4 offensive rebounds, 2 consecutive missed free throws, another favorite of mine. A travel, technical foul, and a double-double as always. David Hodge Jr. said OG for 20 points. Very important, very important. Shout out everybody in the chat. We got David Hodge Jr., we got Raymond, we got Ty Eagles. What's up, Ty? Eamon Owis. We got Ching. What's up, Ching? Eamon Owis. David Hodge Jr., Raymond, all the same guys. Appreciate you guys. High Vibe, Ahmed, Angela Harding, Chick Brooklyn Beauty. What's up, Chick? Sons Jen, Curtis Painter, doing too much. Appreciate you guys. Villanette TV, Boz. It might be too many people to scroll all the way back. Sorry, guys. Basketball Jones, Frank Juarez. Appreciate you guys as always. Rue Simpson. What's up, Rue? Raphael Torres, as always. Trapped in the 90s. What's up, Trapped in the 90s? Appreciate you guys. Lionel Monitz, as always. What's up, Lionel? Amy Machua, Keith Modeste. Appreciate you guys. Rose. What's up, Rose? Daniel Berry Sports. Still going up, Brew. What's up, Brew? Kiana Bryan, Rudy Pooty, Delu Marie. Appreciate you guys. Appreciate you guys. George Person, Farm Boy TV, Justice Dad, Roger G. Wall. Appreciate you guys. Antoine Thomas, Freeway Hustle, Lewis, Chris Rowe. Appreciate you guys. Ian Parkins. What's up, Ian? Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. It's going to be a fun one here today. Looking over here real quick. We can check it before we get to the tip-off here. Probably got about 5 minutes before we get to tip-off. But we can check over here the game that has already started, the earlier start time game with the 76ers taking on the Celtics. Also, let's get these lights out of here. I keep doing that, but get these lights out of here. There we go. 76ers taking on the Celtics here. And it's a 7-point game. About 2.5 to go here in the third. It was just a 2-point game. So Philly, come on, what are you doing? Embiid, I assume, is playing in this game. We can check out the box score to see what's going on, or try to extrapolate what we can from what's going on. I haven't seen a single second of this game. Embiid, still rusty, 0 for 4 from 3, 3 for 4 from the foul line, 2 boards, 4 assists, 11 points overall. Maxey, much more aggressive tonight than he was the other night. He's got 10. Edgecombe, he's hit a 3. That's huge because after game 2, he had knocked down a 3. So him knocking down a 3 tonight in Boston is big and important. Maybe he just can't miss in Boston. Who knows? Maybe he's a Boston killer. But he's 1 for 4 overall, so he's going to need better production than that. Oubre knocked down a shot, which he was an 0 for in the previous game as well. Back to a 2-point game. There you go, Philly. And Paul George with 8, which is nice contributions. Two made 3s. Look at Quinn Grimes off the bench for 6. Drummond with 2. Barlow off the bench as well. Interesting rotations from Nick Nurse. Essentially going to an 8-man rotation in the first half there. But okay. Okay, Joseph, what's up, Joseph? MBM, Daniel Dash, appreciate you guys. Lewis said, let's go, Knicks, make them respect the house. Yeah, you are at home. You have no reason to lose this game here today. And Boston goes back up by 6. Come on, Philly. Keep that one close, pull this one out at the end, extend the series. But we'll keep an eye on this game all night long. We have our Knicks pulled up and ready to go. Matchup indicator says the Knicks have a 72% chance of winning this game. The matchup predictor on ESPN. According to ESPN Analytics, Knicks should dominate this game. 72.5% chance that they win, according to ESPN's predictor. Okay, is the predictor always right? Absolutely not. Do I expect the predictor to be right tonight? Absolutely. Absolutely. Job said, whoever wins this game for the Knicks versus Hawks, do you think they win the series? What's your percentage on Game 7 if that scenario happens? Game 7 is in Madison Square Garden. It is a pretty young Hawks team, experienced Knicks team. If this goes to Game 7, I expect the Knicks to win it. Don't let it go to Game 7, Knicks. Don't let that happen. Dom Anthony said 17-point Knicks win. I would love it. It would be a party for sure. Black Slim Jim, what's up, Slim Jim? MEM said Knicks need to turn up the volume. 2-11. Off the Richter scale. Off the scale, man. Break the scale. Turn the volume up as loud as possible. Make these Atlanta Hawks players feel the crowd. Rated, what's up, Rated? Rusim said, always glad to be here. Always glad to see you, brother. Appreciate you. This, I don't want to say it, but I'm expecting a pretty dominant win from the Knicks. Not necessarily in the final score-wise, but I expect the Knicks to take this matchup and kind of run away with it a little bit. I'm not necessarily saying, oh, yeah, they're going to win by 20 or anything like that. Like, they may, kind of like what we saw in the last game, where it was mostly a 10-point lead majority of the game. Towards the end of the second half there, the Knicks started to pull away, and then we had garbage time at the end. That's kind of what I'm expecting here tonight as well. For it to be around a 10-point game. Hopefully Knicks can continue to extend that as the game goes on. But that's what I'm expecting. But again, the Hawks have some swing players in terms of like Kuminga, McCollum if he gets it going, Johnson. What if Alexander Walker finally gets it going? He hasn't really had anything inside the arc. A lot of his points have come from the three-point line. If they can, get good contest on him and limit those opportunities for him, Knicks should be fine. I think the Knicks should be fine. Again, they're going to have to bring it today as if this is an elimination game. Don't allow this Hawks team, a young Hawks team, to build confidence against you. MEM said my expectation as well. Durston, what's up, Durston? Knicks by 50. I don't know if that'll happen. That would be a crazy playoff score. But I do expect the Knicks to dominate it in some regard. Kind of like how I described it. Nikki, what's up, Nikki? Durston, good to see you. Good to see you too. Durston, good to see you, brother. Well, the water's over there. I'm going to have to grab it real quick. But we got introductions here. This should feel like a Game 7 here in the Garden. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Nothing. This should feel like a Game 7. The crowd should be into it. We should come out with our hair on fire, causing turnovers, getting out and running, the big defensive stops, all of the mix. Nikki said 76ers have a decent chance. They just aren't getting any offensive rebounds. They honestly have a chance. We just saw the score, Nikki, real quick. We can go to it again because we're going to get introductions for our New York Knicks here. So we still have some time. Honestly, we should be getting to tip-off now. We're 10 minutes past 8. But it's a 7-point game at halftime. 57-50. Okay, yeah, they got a chance. They're there. They're hanging tough. They allowed 34 points in that second quarter, which the Celtics can do to you. They start knocking down them shots, they can do to you. Isaiah Garner with Isaiah. I'm nervous for this game. I'm pretty excited, man. Not too nervous. We'll see how the game goes on. Maybe I get nervous, but Mike, what's up, Mike? NBM GTA. GTA with a mix of the New York crowd, I expect to be hellacious tonight. I expect them to be all over the court. AP, what's up, AP? I expect them to be all over the court. I expect them to make ball handlers very uncomfortable for the Atlanta Hawks tonight, including CJ McCollum, including Alexander Walker. It's full expectation of the game for Grand Theft Alvarado, who got one in the previous game. Got a Grand Theft Auto in the previous game. It was nice to see, and he got it on none other than CJ McCollum. It was great. Foong Pei, what's up, Foong Pei? S2 Mar, what's up, S2 Mar? Mike, what's up, Mike? K Hazy, what's up, K Hazy? S2 Mar said, let's make it 3-2, baby. Let's make it 3-2. 3-2 is the goal, obviously. The Knicks in their alternate uniforms. I'd prefer if we just wore the home whites. That's just me, though. That's just me. The alternate uniforms are like this black jersey with the blue and orange down the side on the stripes. It's a nice jersey. I like the jersey, but it was a playoff game. You're at home. I would just prefer the home whites. That's just me, though. Maybe I'm a traditionalist in that way. romanticizing basketball from back in the day. There's something about it. There's an aura about it. There just is. I hate saying that, but there just is. You know, the same way I feel about coaches wearing suits on the sideline. There's just an aura about it. It just feels right. I feel like it ups the stakes knowing home whites away versus the away colored schemes of other teams, and then the coaches on the suits and highlight. There's just something about that ups the vibe, ups the feeling of the game, and I just don't love that we've gotten away from that as a league, man. I don't love that. It feels like a dumb, silly thing that doesn't really impact the way we watch these games, but somehow I feel like it does. I feel like it has. Nothing really feels of consequence. Nothing feels traditional. You know, like the NBA had a tradition, and I get, like, I'm not always a stickler for tradition. Sometimes traditions are meant to be broken, but I don't know. That's a tradition I kind of liked. Mike said CJ about to get dragged. How about this? How about during the regular season you could wear the quarter zips? How about during the playoffs all coaching staffs have to wear suits? How about we make that concession? Regular season, you can do the quarter zips. Everybody do the quarter zips. There's 82 games regular season. You're going every other day, sometimes every day on back-to-backs. You're traveling. You're bringing the suits with you. Maybe you're going on a long road trip. You got to bring all these jackets with you. It's a lot. It's a lot to travel with. Okay, how about we don't do it during the regular season? How about during the playoffs, though, every coaching staff throws the suits back on? Okay, he said, old head Chevy. That's like one of the only old head opinions I do have. I do agree with that. I'm down with that. Again, it feels like it doesn't really make an impact, but at the same time, I feel like it does. Daniel Dash, what's up, brother? Rose said, more respect when coaches wear suits. I feel like it too. I feel like they garnered more respect. I felt like there was more aura, and I hate saying that. It's a silly thing to say. I always make fun of people who say stuff like that, legitimately and not ironically. But I feel like that. I feel like that's true. I just feel like it's true. All right, here we go. Getting ready for tip-off. This whole time, I should have been getting up our... And the Knicks win the tip. Here we go. We're off and running. Should have brought up our bingo card so we can edit it, but we're not going to get anything on the bingo card, hopefully, for a while. So here we go. Brunson up top sees a hard hedge, keeps it, gets it over to Towns on the left wing, being guarded by Dyson Daniels to put a guard on Towns now. Trying to get it to Anunoby. They run the same set that they did previously. They kick it out to Brunson, pump fakes, tagging along the baseline, throws up the floater, can't get it to go. Josh Hart knocks the rebound loose. McCollum able to pick it up, saves it over to Alexander Walker. Okay, the Knicks get a good shot out of it. They just didn't knock it down. Here comes Alexander Walker, half-court heave, but that's because there was a shot clock malfunction there. So they have Dyson Daniels on Towns to start the game. The first adjustment we've seen from the Hawks here. Let's see how the Knicks attack it. Amy said Patino has always been the best-dressed man in basketball, and Chevy, of course. Yeah, we don't even allow coaches to get to that point, too. I'm with you. Marcus Miller, what's up, Marcus? Are you ready? This is a big one. Are you New York Knicks in trouble or what? We'll see how the game goes on. Come on, Knicks. Come on, Madison Square Garden staff. We normally don't have these buzzer issues like this. Come on, guys. Get this fixed up. I will tell you, though, it's going to give us a good opportunity to bring up our bingo card so we can edit it. Nothing has happened in the game yet. The only thing that's happened is Brunson missed a decent opportunity with a floater along the baseline. But what it will allow us is bring up our bingo card so we can edit it as the night goes on. We haven't had anything yet. There we go. We can get rid of that. It's going to pull it up here. Daniel Dash said, enjoy the game, peeps. I watched docs on Jalen Johnson and Scotty Barnes and Peyton Pritchard, each with their own unique inspirational rags to riches stories. NBA, amazing. If only the NBA could highlight those beautiful stories. If only the NBA would highlight those beautiful stories, man. And they're all pretty dang good people. Jalen Johnson becoming, honestly, one of, like, my favorite people in the NBA. A lot of stuff coming out about him, about how, like, just genuinely nice and sweet he is as a person. Same with Scotty Barnes, man. Bruce Fallow, what's up, Bruce? I may need someone to hold my hand. Basketball Jones, clock issues, and MSG, classic. Hate it. Here we go. Now we're back into it. Hopefully the clock issues are fixed. They get over to Dyson Daniels on the left wing, being guarded by Brunson, going to quickly attack down the lane, throws up the floater, rattles it in. You wanted the foul, didn't get it, but okay. Dyson Daniels is going to spend all night attacking. They get it into Towns. Towns has it up top. Towns going to bring it down against Daniels, picks up his handle. They hand it off to Brunson, who'll walk it down. Okay, Brunson then have to bring it down against pressure. They do start the game with Alexander Walker on Brunson because now Dyson Daniels is on Towns. Again, that's the first adjustment from the Hawks. We'll see how the Knicks handle it. They're going to run the same set. This time, Brunson curling off an Anunoby screen down the lane, spins to his right, puts up the little jumper in the paint, and he got it to go down. I'll tell you what, getting Dyson Daniels off of Jalen Brunson might free up Jalen Brunson in this game here tonight, but they are utilizing him a lot in off-ball actions, getting him free and able to attack off the catch. Brunson hedges out hard inside the Daniels in the paint, almost turns it over, but CJ McCollum able to pick it up, down the lane, throws up the floater, an air ball, but Daniels right there for the tip up and in. You can't tell me that was a pass. It was an air ball from McCollum, but Dyson Daniels with the extra effort getting to the air ball, tipping. Here we go. Brunson has it up top, gets it over to Bridges. Bridges gets it to Towns. Towns on the left wing, out by the three-point line, being guarded by Daniels. Towns looking for Anunoby. Hits Anunoby cutting down low. It's a bad pass from Towns, and it's a turnover. And here comes CJ McCollum. McCollum bringing it down. Knicks running good sets right now, just not taking full advantage of it. McCollum up top gets it over to Alexander Walker, trying to feed Okongwu in the post, being guarded by Bridges. He's backing him down, using his size and his strength. Leans in, hook shot. Can't get it to go down. Daniels knocks the rebound out. Anunoby able to grab it. Quick outlet to Brunson, bringing it down. Leaves it off for Hart. Hart going to pull it back out. Not looking to fully attack. Kicks it up top to Towns. He's going to pump fake from the logo, being guarded by Daniels. Daniels a much better perimeter defender, obviously, so it's going to take away Towns' driving ability, but we might be able to attack him in the post. We're not going to go into that yet. Anunoby taking the baseline, tries to kick it out, gets kicked out of bounds by Jalen Johnson, 9:47 to go. Chaos Kid, what's up, Chaos Kid? Bernard Johnson, what's up, Bernard? Brunson tries to get it up top to Josh Hart, gets knocked out of bounds by Jalen Johnson. Josh Hart gets knocked into the stands. Excellent pressure so far. The ability to put Dyson Daniels on Karl Anthony Towns is limiting his ability to get open. Just want to make sure this is open, so if bingo does happen, we can give memberships. Can we pull that up? Why are you making this so difficult, YouTube? Why are you making this so difficult for me? Chi-Chi, what's up, Chi-Chi? No one beats the mobster Pat Riley when it comes to dress code, the real Teflon Don. Yes, sir. Brunson down the lane, throws up the floater, comes up short, but gets a friendly bounce and he gets it to go down. Brunson starts 2 for 3. Okay? Brunson might be unlocked a little bit here. Alexander Walker up top, being guarded by Bridges, over to McCollum, coming to his left, slip pass to Okongwu, they kick it out to Johnson, a open right wing 3, he can't get it to go, Anunoby the rebound, gets it over to Brunson, Brunson will bring it down, Brunson up top, pushing the pace. Brunson being guarded by Alexander Walker, dancing around the Anunoby screen. Brunson pulls it out as Okongwu switches onto him. Brunson dancing with it, coming to his left, over to Anunoby, over to Bridges along the baseline. Pump fakes, coming to his right off the Town screen. Knocks down the mid-range jumper. There you go. There you go, 6-4. You got Bridges activated on that play as well, getting an open look. They kick it up top to McCollum, attacking to his left. Mid-range pull-up jumper, draws the foul, and gets the bucket to go down over Josh Hart. McCollum going to the foul line for one more. My goodness. End of days, what's up, end of days? Tafari Loban? What's up, Tafari? Greetings from Jamaica. Appreciate you, Tafari. Appreciate you. Hope you're having a good time tonight. Christian Blaze, what's up, Christian? Daniels on Towns is a little risky, but I like it. You got to take a risk at this point. Not a lot's working so far. The Knicks haven't really looked to exploit it in the post so far. Mostly still utilizing him as a hub. I assume as the game goes on, they'll put him in the post, but right now, not doing that. Still given to him in the high post here out by the three-point line. They get over to Towns, quickly back over to Brunson. Brunson gets it over to Josh Hart. Josh Hart on the right wing, hesitates from 3, shoots the rhythm dribble step back 3, and he got it to go down. Josh Hart has been horrific from three-point range in this series, but he got that one to go down. Josh Hart's going to desperately need to punish that. Dyson Daniels all the way to the rim, gets the layup to go. Terrible defense from Brunson, just let him blow him by right past him. And Daniels has it in his mind, okay, you're going to put Brunson on me, I got to be aggressive. I like it from Dyson Daniels, not as a Knicks fan, but as a basketball fan. Very smart play from him, very smart adjustment again from the Hawks, utilizing Dyson Daniels as a scorer. Again, I'm not sure that's the best game plan game-wise, but maybe just to start the game, that's what they're going to attack. Anunoby has it up top, being guarded by Okongwu, shoots the step back 3, misses it, but a foul on Onyeka Okongwu. So Anunoby to the foul line for 3 free throws. And Okongwu is telling his coaching staff to challenge it. Let's see. And he's not going to challenge it. He grazes the ball with his finger. And then maybe grazes his right arm as well. It's very close. They choose not to challenge it. Anunoby to the foul line for 3 free throws. Amy said, did he touch him? It's really close. They showed 2 replays, one of them in super slow motion. Still couldn't really tell. But Anunoby's going to get, and I think that's part of the calculus with Atlanta being like, all right, it's really close. Let's not challenge. Let's not waste the challenge here. Let's keep it going. We got 8:08 to go. Come on, timer, keep up. Anunoby knocks down the first 2. He's got one more coming. Amy said, that's a gift. A little bit. Shantae Thompson, what's up, Shantae? Lana Mona said, pressure is on. Can't afford to go to Atlanta down 2-3. Yep. Big-time pressure-packed game. Expect the Knicks to show up in a big way. Anunoby knocks down all 3 free throws, and he's got 3 rebounds already. You guys know how much I love to see Anunoby rebound. They swing it out to Alexander Walker, ran off the three-point line, out to the rim, tried to shovel it down low. Daniels picks it up, kicks out to Okongwu, sets up for a 3, can't get it to go. Anunoby rips down another big, strong rebound in the paint, man. Bridges on the left wing. Kicks it up top to Towns as the trailer, being guarded by Daniels, gets it over to Brunson, being guarded by McCollum. He's going to pump fake from 3 in the right wing, jab step behind his back, pulls it back out. Good overall defense, going to pull it all the way back out, looking for a little bit more space. Now, bullet pass over to Josh Hart, trying to attack to his left, driving it down against Johnson, bump in the paint, stops, turns, spins, a little fall away, high arcing shot, can't get it to go. Excellent defense from Johnson. Josh Hart wanted the foul. Johnson pushing the other way, gets tripped up, out of bounds, and no foul. A lot of contact, no foul for Atlanta in that one. They're going to give the ball back to the Knicks on a turnover out of bounds. See the replay on it? That could have been a trip on Josh Hart. That could have been. Knicks catch a bit of a break there. Kind of trips over his own feet as well, but Josh Hart's legs are definitely tangled in there as well. Again, Knicks catch a bit of a break. All right, we'll take it. Brunson up top. Brunson coming to his right up the Anunoby screen. Picks up his handle, gets it over to Anunoby, being guarded by Okongwu. Rhythm dribble, pull up 3. Can't get that one to go down. Rebounded by Jalen Johnson, pushing it the other way. He's going to have to be picked up by Brunson. A bad mismatch. He spins off of him down the lane. Gets caught in the air and throws it away from Jalen Johnson. A bad decision there. Should have just shot that little pull-up floater or jump shot move down there in the paint. It's a bad decision from Johnson. That's 2 turnovers in a row. Under 7 to go as we approach the halfway point of this first quarter. Pivotal game 5. Brunson hands it off to Anunoby. Coming to his left, being guarded by Okongwu. Hands it off to Bridges. Coming to his right. Picks up his handle. Trying to get it to Towns. They can't because it's great denial from Daniels. Forces him out to the 3-point line to catch it. And that's a moving screen on Bridges. Come on, Mikal. Too much there. Mikal Bridges doing too much there. Going right into the defender. Knocking him over. Good job by Alexander Walker fighting through the screen there. Bridges forced to move to try and make contact. A little bit of a flop as well. A little bit. But sometimes you got to flop. Sometimes you got to flop to get the attention of the officials. Alexander Walker takes a little bit of a dive there, but absolutely moving screen from Mikal Bridges. Unfortunately. Bernard Johnson, OG, like the aggressive rebounding? Yeah. I mean, when Anunoby has snagged every single rebound from the Knicks so far. He's got 4. Nobody else has grabbed one. I mostly like the start so far here tonight. We get a lot of movement, a lot of different actions going on for the Knicks here tonight. Brunson with 4, Bridges with 2, Hart with 3, Anunoby with 3. Towns yet to score, yet to take a shot, They're putting Dyson Daniels on him. The only thing I'd like to see in this matchup is for them to try and punish Daniels down low. But I always say this. When teams put a guard on a center, part of that calculus is they want to get the offense out of character. So nobody in the NBA, really outside of like Philly with a healthy Embiid, Denver with Jokic, runs traditional post-up plays. Runs plays to free up a guy to catch it on the low block and then make a play from there. Nobody outside of those 2 players on those 2 teams generally runs post-up plays because guys aren't as good in the post. Teams can defend the post much easier now than they did in the past. And so it's a much more difficult spot on the court to create, which is why you are now seeing a lot more guys and a lot more big men operate out of the high post and mid post area because it gives you more room to operate and the ability to see the court better and to make kick out passes if a double team does come. That's part of the reason. That's not what we're talking about it for. Part of the reason why we're talking about it is because what teams want to bait offensive teams in doing is we'll put a guard on your big man. And you will think, well, we have the size and matchup, so let's give it to them in the post and allow them to dominate down there. Again, part of the reason why you don't see traditional post play like you did back in the early 2000s and 90s and 80s and different eras of basketball is because the rules changed. So, there's no more illegal defense, which means you can play and help side a lot more aggressively than you did in the past, which means that you don't necessarily have the space to attack one-on-one in the post as a big man. And catching it in the low block like that doesn't give you a ton of opportunities to kick out and swing out and see the outside of the court, which is why a lot more big men now like to catch it in the mid post or high post where they can face up a little bit and see the court before attacking in the post. It's also why you see a lot more double teams come the second a player turns their back and enters the post, and then you'll see a double team usually come to the big man. Again, that's a larger grand scheme of viewing how NBA offenses has changed and why it's changed. But the reason why I bring it up is because teams will then put their guards on big men and try to bait them into a play style that teams no longer really run, which is the traditional low post big man. And so the part of the calculus in putting Daniels on Towns, one, he's an excellent defender and can deny passes and make it difficult for Towns to pass over the top with his length and his wingspan and his great anticipation and all those things. It also dissuades Brunson and Towns from still running the pick and roll because then they could just switch it. I would still try to run a pick and roll and switch Daniels on the Brunson to get the ball to Towns, being guarded by Alexander Walker, forcing the defense to have to collapse on him, and then we could play out of that. But that's maybe as the game goes on, we'll see a little bit more of that. As of right now, I like that the Knicks haven't been baited into just giving the ball to Towns in the post. I expect that to happen at some point here tonight, but I like that the Knicks haven't fallen for that bait yet. We'll see how the game continues to go on. It's a very low-scoring game, 8-12. A lot of turnovers going on right now. Here we go. Gabe Vincent has it up top, swings through to his right, pocket pass to Okongwu down the lane, kicks it out, Alexander Walker, pump fake, sidestep, kicks it over to Kuminga, left corner three over Josh Hart, can't get it to go. Excellent defense from the Knicks, selling out on as Anunoby snags another rebound in the paint, man. He's got 5 already. Here comes Brunson bringing it down the other way, crosses over, coming to his right. Now on the left wing, being guarded by Alexander Walker, driving it down in the post, stops, turns, backing down Alexander Walker. Has it isolated, now in the paint, leans in, drop step, puts up the little floater over him, can't get the friendly bounce, can't get it to go down. Brunson talking to the official, maybe wanting a foul there. I don't think, it looked pretty clean to me. Here comes Kuminga, full head of steam, dancing with it on the left wing, driving it down, up top to Johnson, swings it over to Okongwu, hands it off to Johnson. Johnson faces up, pump fake comes to his right, down the lane in the paint, throws up the floater over Towns, got it to go, and the foul for Jalen Johnson, getting unlocked a little bit here. Finding ways to get past Josh Hart, dancing around an Okongwu screen. I wanted to point out on the previous play, on the defensive rotation for the Knicks, they sold out on Alexander Walker off a kick out from, I think it was Okongwu, who received the pass in the paint, kicked it out to an open Alexander Walker. Bridges sold out to contest that, and it forced Alexander Walker to hit a pump fake and a side dribble. Josh Hart then also, as I dropped my mic, Josh Hart sold out again to try and close out to Alexander Walker. They swung it over to Jonathan Kuminga in the left corner. Josh Hart sold out again to contest it. As Johnson knocks down his and one free throw. And what it allowed was, what it forced is a 3 from Jonathan Kuminga rather than a 3 from Alexander Walker. Towns on the left wing fires up a 3 over Kuminga. There you go, Karl-Anthony Towns. First shot of the game, a left wing 3 over Kuminga. They take Dyson Daniels off of him. Karl-Anthony Towns immediately goes to work. Gabe Vincent dribbles it down and launches a 3 way off on that one. Long rebound. The Knicks can't hold on to it. Jalen Johnson, a straightaway 3. He knocks it down. You got to close out better than that. The Knicks, you got to grab that awkward rebound. I know it was awkward, but Josh Hart rushing it down the other way to the paint. Lefty layup. Got it to go for Big Josh. Josh Hart pushing the pace, getting an easy one there. Back up to a 3-point game, 17-14. Has mostly been back and forth. Alexander Walker sees some space, can't get the 3 to go. Towns, good box out on rebound. Quick outlet to Brunson, pushing it the other way. Full head of steam all the way to the rim to the basket. Finger roll layup, got it to go for Jalen Brunson. Also could have been a foul and a little bit of a reach in there from Alexander Walker. Good defense, just better offense. 19-14 here, under 5 to go. Alexander Walker bringing it down, being guarded by McBride. Swings it over to Kuminga, being guarded by Brunson. Trying to dare Kuminga to isolate here, and that's exactly what he's going to fall for. Let's see if he can get a bucket on Brunson. Has him in the post, backing him down. Stop, turn, fall away jumper over him, and he got it to go down. There you go, Jonathan Kuminga. You're going to need to score in order to keep pace here tonight. You're going to need a lot of buckets from Jonathan Kuminga if they're going to put Brunson on him. He went to work there and knocked down a little mid-range fall-away jumper. As a Knicks fan, I'll live with that. Kuminga fall-away jumpers, I'll live with that. Brunson up top, gets it over to Towns. Towns high post, being guarded by Kuminga. Towns going to put it on the floor, attack to his right, spins to his left, down the lane, layup, got it to go. And a foul for Karl-Anthony Towns, yes sir. Send me to the foul line for one more. They take Dyson Daniels off of him. Karl-Anthony Towns immediately goes to work. And Kuminga clapping it up to himself maybe a little bit. I don't know, Kuminga. I don't know if that's where I would go, but all right, brother. All right. Angela Harding, what's up, Angela? Bonita Crandon, what's up, Crandon? So we have about 20 to go. 4:13 exactly to go here. Just that I can't even imagine going to sleep during a must-win Knicks Game 5. Fung Pei said, my neighbors keeps yelling. Oh, brother, come on. We don't got to put that nickname in the chat. Let's let that nickname die down there in Golden State, man. We got Mitchell Robinson subbing in here. Subbing in for OG Anunoby. Phenomenal minutes from OG Anunoby, man. I thought his defense and his rebounding in particular were excellent. Some of the best rebounding I've ever seen from OG Anunoby. I thought he was phenomenal. Relic, what's up, Relic? Just that said, someone said goodnight to you. Shout out to whoever said goodnight. Hopefully you have a good night. Hopefully you wake up to a Knicks win. Towns misses the and one free throw. McBride knocks the ball loose, but nobody there for the Knicks to recover it. Brunson flops, looking for a charge. JB, just get up and play. Kuminga down the lane, and that's an offensive foul. Kuminga fending off Josh Hart, who initially fended off Brunson, and then fended off Josh Hart with the off arm, and then finally got hit with the offensive foul. Ball's going to go back to the Knicks here. It's 1 on Kuminga. And now here comes Josh Hart bringing it down, being guarded by Johnson. Josh Hart coming to his left. We have the double big lineup out there. Robinson and Towns playing together. Josh Hart down the lane, leans in, gets fouled by Jalen Johnson. Josh Hart going to the foul line for 2. Okay? Josh Hart's been excellent so far here tonight again. He's knocked down a 3, which is important. Getting to the foul line now for 2 free throws. Defense has been okay from Josh Hart. Could be better, but he's been phenomenal defensively all series. I know he's going to be there. Picked up the offensive foul on Kuminga on the fast break. So Josh Hart to the foul line for 2. He took a nasty fall, limping a little bit, wincing a little bit. Don't love to see that. Jay Hammer, what's up, Jay Hammer? G4, what's up, G4? Calling in the game while I work, hoping for a close one today, Chef. Keep me on the edge of my seat with the game, please. Hopefully, as a Knicks fan, brother, hopefully this is a nice, easy win for the Knicks as Josh Hart gets a friendly bounce off the front of the rim, gets the free throw to drop down. He's got one more coming. Basketball Jones said Josh Hart back is going to need an extra session after this game. Back, hip, knee, all of it, yeah. Josh Hart knocks down the second free throw. Very aggressive Josh Hart tonight. 7 points from him. And the Knicks take a 7-point lead early here in the game. On just under 4 to go in the first. Johnson up top. They show a double team inside to Vincent. Vincent throws the lob up top to Kuminga, and he throws down a nasty one-handed lob dunk. My goodness. If I was a Hawks fan, I might have popped off for that. Brunson bringing it down. He has it up top. Brunson directing traffic. Crossing over. He's got Bradley switched onto him. Brunson puts up the right wing 3. Can't get it to go. Hits the floor. Brunson holding on to his ankle a little bit. Not what you love to see. Jalen Johnson down the lane. Gets the fast break one-handed dunk. Josh Hart throws a home run pass to Brunson, who was cherry picking down there. And they just exchange baskets real quick. So it's back to 5. And Brunson asking for a foul on the 3-point shot he made previously, where it looked like he may have gotten hit with a landing violation on the defender, but they didn't call it, and that's what he's upset about. But they exchanged baskets there, so nothing lost, nothing gained. Kuminga, another mid-range shot, can't get it to go. Robinson, a rebound, gets it over to McBride, quickly pushing the pace the other way. McBride shot out of a cannon, has it up top, picked up by Alexander Walker, coming to his left off the Robinson screen, down the lane in the paint, pass fake, kicks it out to Josh Hart. Alexander Walker recovers onto him. Josh Hart coming to his right, trying to get it to McBride. They lob it over the top to Towns, catches it. Towns in the post against Kuminga. Kuminga flops, and Towns knocks down the little hook shot over him. They're not giving flops. They didn't give Brunson one. They don't give Kuminga the flop there. Not giving out charges on flops like that. All right, I respect it. They didn't give Brunson it. They don't give Kuminga it. I like it. Let the physical play go. Johnson gets it over to Tony Bradley. Bradley has it in the left corner, gets it up top to Kuminga, being chased by Towns. Robinson switches that onto him, coming to his right in the lane, fall away over Robinson, comes up with a big block, and they get over to Towns. Quick outlet to Brunson. Brunson bringing it down. Crosses over, down the lane, bump, floater, can't get it to go, rebounded Josh Hart, and a push on Josh Hart, offensive foul. Gotta convert there. We're gonna get a timeout though. 7-point lead for the Knicks, 27-20. Feels like they're giving away a couple opportunities here that they should have had. Joe said Knicks are 4-1 from the foul line so far. They miss a free throw? Mike said, cannot wait on JB all the time. Very true. I don't think they have tonight, but Brunson definitely 4 for 8 from the field. he's missed some very makeable shots, some very makeable Brunson shots, which is why I feel like they're leaving a little bit on the table offensively here. They're getting him good open looks. You know, his first shot of the game was a nice floater on the baseline he just missed. He missed a three on the right wing he could have knocked down, where Kuminga and Okongwu were a little miscommunicating a little bit on what should have been a switch, and Brunson had a decent look on the right wing. Well contested, but a decent look, and we know a makeable shot from Brunson. He missed that one. This fast break layup, the fast break floater that he missed. And then Josh Hart picks up the offensive foul. So a couple opportunities that the Knicks had, that Brunson specifically had, to convert on a couple of shots, just didn't get it to go down. But we look across the board, Josh Hart with 7, he's playing excellently, taking advantage of some opportunities here. On a nice swing, he knocked down a 3. You need Josh Hart to knock down those 3s. Karl-Anthony Towns, 7 points, 3 for 3 from the field. Feed the beast, dominating. I love the patient play from Towns, not forcing it. Taking his opportunities when they come, but again, not forcing it, I do think is a very important, vital aspect of this game for Karl-Anthony Towns, mostly because when they put a mismatch on Towns, they're trying to bait Towns to play one-on-one, and so there's a lot less offensive movement from the Knicks. But I really like the process from Towns tonight. I've liked the process all series long for Karl-Anthony Towns. I really like the process from Towns overall tonight. We look over the Atlanta Hawks side. Jalen Johnson, 3 for 4 from the field, 8 points, 4 boards, playing pretty good, probably the best start of a game this series for Jalen Johnson, who has been held very short by Josh Hart this series, but getting off here. Alexander Walker, 0 points still. Kuminga with 4 off the bench. Tony Bradley and Gabe Vincent getting minutes. Not really giving you anything right now. But we look at the starters. Dyson Daniels had a nice solid start to the game, aggressively attacking Brunson. Everybody so far for the Hawks have aggressively attacked Brunson. McCollum had an and one floater, so nice solid start for the Atlanta Hawks. Again, maybe a couple of things left on the table for them as well. But I think for the most part, 7-point lead seems pretty apt for the way the game has gone so far. Corey Evans, what's up, Corey? I said, Jonathan Kuminga just dunked on the Knicks. That's awesome, man. That's awesome. It was an awesome dunk from Kuminga. It really was. Skied up there. Nick Yak said, going 2 bigs for a nice run. Going 2 bigs here. I think throwing a little bit of a monkey wrench in here to the Atlanta Hawks. Mike Brown has stated already that he didn't particularly love the double big lineup in this matchup. And then the first substitutions he make is to put Mitchell Robinson out there alongside Karl-Anthony Towns. So interesting rotation. Maybe throwing the Atlanta Hawks off a little bit there. Nice chess move from Mike Brown, if that is indeed the case. If that was done on purpose. Nice, interesting chess move. Nick Yak said, Cowboys draft hit on every pick. You Cowboys fan, Nick Yak? Nice. Interesting. Brandon Peabody. What's up, Brandon? My Wolves might be cooked. Lost Ann and Dante. This should have been a 5-game series. Yeah, should have been a 5-game series. I still think you win that series against Denver. It's just unfortunate going to go up against the Spurs. Obviously hampered. Now, I don't even think Anthony Edwards is going to be able to return for that series either. Yeah, it feels like the playoff run is over, mostly because of injury. Should have been a deep playoff run for you guys, but yeah, that sucks. Here we go. DCL Love. What's up, DCL Love? 2 minutes to go here. Clarkson is in. Karl-Anthony Towns takes his first break. They hand it off to McCollum, coming to his left. Robinson hedges out hard. McCollum picks up his handle. Excellent defense from the Knicks. They swing it over to Vincent, get it over to Daniels. Out on the perimeter, he's going to attack Brunson one-on-one. Coming to his left, spins to his right, down the lane, goes up with the layup, can't get it to go. Excellent defense from Robinson on the help side. Great box out and rebound from OG Anunoby again. Hit ahead to Clarkson on the right wing, being guarded by Vincent. Coming to his left, off the Robinson screen, down the paint, throws up the floater. Got it to go for Jordan Clarkson. And the foul. Going to the foul line for one more can give the Knicks their first double-digit lead of the night. It's a 9-point lead, 29-20. JC off the bench, getting downhill, taking the contact, getting the floater to go down. I love how Jordan Clarkson has redefined his game in the second half of the regular season after being removed from the rotation, inserted back in the rotation, and he has taken that spot and ran with it. Hasn't looked back. DCL Love said, OG grabbing rebounds, I'm in heaven. Look at him rebound, man. Look, where is it at? Where's the stat line at? 6 boards already for OG. Clarkson knocks down the free throw, giving the Knicks the first 10-point lead of the game. 1:30 to go in this first quarter. McCollum up top being guarded by McBride. Coming to his right, picks up his handle. Got nowhere to go, gets it over to Daniels, back to McCollum. Being chased, Brunson and McBride switch onto him. They kick it out to Tony Bradley out the three-point line. Beautiful. Now they get it back to C.J. McCollum, knocked out of his hands by Mitchell Robinson, and it's off of McCollum. Ball back to the Knicks. Look at the defensive pressure right now. Look at this defensive pressure right now, man. Knicks had the opportunity to extend the lead here. Brunson has it up top, being guarded by Daniels again. They get it over to Robinson, hands it back off to Brunson, coming to his left. Pass fake, gets it over to McBride. McBride gets it back to Brunson. They're going to run a double screen here, action here. Brunson throws the lob up top. Robinson gets fouled by Gabe Vincent, and it's a side out of bounds. Side out of bounds. I don't think the Hawks are in, I don't think the Knicks are in the bonus, unless they tell us they are. It should be side out of bounds. They have not called these lob attempts here in the act of shooting. Unless they do put them at the line. No, the Knicks are in the bonus. That foul put them in the bonus here. So now Robinson at the foul line for 2 free throws. Big Mitch, knock him down, big dog. Knock him down. Give me one. You know, I set the lowest bar I could ever possibly set for a player at the foul line, 50%, Mitch. And you've been at 40%, so you've been below the bar. Give me one free throw made. He misses the first one. Come on, Big Mitch. Come on, Big Mitch. We're going to continue to talk through it and not put a ton of pressure on you. I'm not even watching, Big Mitch. Nobody even watching. You in the gym by yourself. Line it up. Knock down these free throws. Put the music on. Put that country music on that I know you love, big dog. I know you got it. Don't worry about the crowd. Everybody in New York behind you, Big Mitch. You missed the first one. Just give me the second one. We're going to be all right. All right? And he misses both. Battle for the loose ball. Anunoby picks it up. Out to McBride. Look at the Knicks. McBride down the lane. High floater. Off the back rim. Robinson with a big one-handed putback. Jonathan Kuminga, anything you can do, I can do better, big dog. Posterizing Kuminga after Kuminga posterized Robinson on the lob previously. McCollum driving it down against McBride, leans in, pull-up jumper, got it to go for CJ McCollum. He continues to be an assassin out there. Well contested by McBride. McCollum can just rise up and shoot over him. Here comes Deuce McBride bringing it down the other way. We got 45 seconds to go here. Brunson gets it over to McBride. McBride up top, going to run the pick and roll with Robinson. Coming to his left up the screen, snaking it down, fending off McCollum. Coming to his right, throws a lob up top. It's a bad lob attempt, but it's a foul. And Tony Bradley sending Mitchell Robinson back to the foul line for 2 more free throws. Again, Big Mitch, give me one, brother. Give me one, brother. Give me one. Mark, what's up, Mark? Mitchell Robinson. Phenomenal minute so far here in the second quarter. The defense has been phenomenal. The offense, brother, just give me one free throw. Honestly, I need 50%. So I need 2 free throws here to get yourself to 50%. You missed the first 2. But I'll take 1 free throw. I'll take 1 free throw per trip to the foul line, brother. So you missed 2 previously. He rattles in the first one. Look at Big Mitch coming through. Now give me the second one. Big Mitch. Come on. I know you got it in you, big dog. You can go 2 for 2. You can go 2 for 2. Brooklyn Beauty said at least Mitchell hit a bingo square. Mitchell Robinson, did he hit a bingo square? He's got 4 offensive rebounds. Mitchell Robinson, he's only got 3 rebounds so far. We need 4 offensive rebounds from Robinson. Misses the second one. Clarkson battling for it, and it's a loose ball foul on Clarkson. All right. Come on. Chaos Kid, what's up, Chaos Kid? Oh, Brooklyn Beauty, yes, 2 missed consecutive free throws. See, I wasn't even thinking about it in a negative way, but he did give it to us, Brooklyn Beauty. You're right. You're so right. We'll update at the end of the quarter. We got 30 seconds to go here. We're always liable for 2 consecutive missed free throws, Big Mitch. You're so right. Sean Collins, what's up, Sean? CJ McCollum's going to bring it down against Deuce McBride. Still have 30 seconds to go. Jay Hammer said, what is the 76ers score? That is 66-65 halfway through the third. McCollum bringing it down against Deuce McBride. Up top, they show a double team to him out by the perimeter. Crosses over to his right down the lane. Cross-court pass. Kuminga catches, fires over Anunoby. Can't get it to go. Long rebound. McBride picks it up. They are swinging. They're forcing that ball to find Kuminga, and he's obliging and firing it away. Brunson up top. He weighs everybody away. He's got CJ McCollum on him. One-on-one, JB. Everybody in the arena on their feet, baby. JB, line them up. They show a double team. They get it into Clarkson. Clarkson in the paint. Little floater, little push shot. Got it to go. Too easy. Knicks take a 13-point lead, come up with 1 stop. Kuminga leans in, gets swatted by Anunoby. Nothing easy tonight. Game 7 vibes. End this one early. 13-point lead at the end of the first for the Knicks. That's what I like to see. Not even allowing you to get off a half-court heave. First of all, Kuminga trying to lean in and grift for a foul at the half-court line. Brother, you better just heave that thing up. Anunoby said, get that weak nonsense out of here. I love it. Isaiah Gardner said, why are the Hawks doubling? Because you're right. I would have just trusted CJ McCollum one-on-one there. Brunson has not killed him in one-on-one actions majority of the series. They brought an early double team. Brunson easily beat it in the middle of the lane to a wide open Jordan Clarkson. Beautiful cut and flash by Jordan Clarkson to the middle of the lane there, wide open. You have Tony Bradley there having to guard Robinson and Clarkson. Clarkson just takes one dribble and is like, oh, you're going to stick with Robinson? I'll just knock down this little floater. Beautiful. Beautiful basketball. My tie is off. I don't like it. All right, it's a little too tight. Raymond said that's how you do it. Beautiful. It's a beautiful game so far. Brunson, 8-3, 4 for 8 from the field. Efficiency's not great, but we're going to throw efficiency out of the window here in the playoffs. That's what we're going to do. Anunoby, 3 points, 0 for 1 from the field. 7 first quarter rebounds for OG. That's insane. And he didn't even play the entirety of that first quarter. Let's take a look real quick. Also, we got to update 2 consecutive missed free throws. Thank you, Brooklyn Beauty. Thank you for that. Absolutely 2 consecutive missed free throws. Let's update that right away before we come back for the second quarter. Where's 2 consecutive missed free throws? There we go. There we go. Right there on the bingo card. There we go. Boom and boom. There we go. Yvette Posada, what's up, Yvette? Nick Yak said they've been doubling Brunson the whole series. They have, but not with him with the ball up top by the half-court line, looking to isolate against CJ McCollum with the shot clock winding down like that. They've mostly allowed Brunson to dribble it inside the three-point line and then bring a double team to force a pass or to force him to play in a phone booth. And obviously that's been effective as Jalen Brunson has struggled in this series from the field with his efficiency overall. But a double team to a player like Jalen, like double teaming Brunson outside the three-point line has never really worked consistently. Brunson, for the most part, does a pretty excellent job of beating those double teams usually. When he runs into trouble is if you bring a double team off of his live dribble once he's inside the three-point line. That was just a really bad... If doubling anybody when they can see the double team coming is always a bad idea, especially for a guy who's capable of passing like Jalen Brunson, like anybody. That was just a bad double team overall. That was just a bad defensive play. Mostly because the double team was very obvious coming and Brunson can just scan the court and be like, okay, where are the openings? Oh, right in the middle, right between you guys. I'll just thread the needle real quick between you guys, split the defense, and get it to Clarkson in the middle. So just kind of a bad decision. So we're probably going to start the second quarter with Karl Anthony Towns and Brunson on the bench. Brunson played the entirety of the first quarter. It is 74-70. 76ers Celtics locked in a tight one. Keep it going, Philly. Keep it going. Embiid with 25. 7 for 8 from the foul line. 0 for 5 from 3. Got to knock those down. Maxey 2 for 7 from 3. Edgecombe 2 for 4 from 3. Paul George 2 for 4 from 3. All right, 3-point shooting. Got to be a little bit better there. Not getting a lot of contributions off the bench. Here we go. We're checking back in. Start of the second quarter. Here we go. CJ McCollum will bring it down. He's being guarded by Jose Alvarado. Applying pressure to McCollum out by the half-court line. They get over to Kuminga, back to McCollum. McCollum pulls it out up top, gets it over to Alexander Walker, being guarded by Anunoby. Pulls it out, dancing with it, coming to his right up the screen. Towns at the level. Anunoby knocks the ball loose. Loose ball knocked out of bounds by the Knicks. Look at OG Anunoby. And he's mad at himself he didn't get that pass either. He's like, dang, I've knocked that out of the air. I should have had that steal, but it went out of bounds. Anunoby's been locked in today, man. This is like Anunoby at peak levels right now. This is Anunoby at his best. Yeah, I said now we get McBride and Alvarado. Pesky defenders. Absolutely. McBride not in the game right now. We got Bridges, Clarkson, Alvarado, Towns, and Anunoby. They get into Alexander Walker, left corner off the inbounds, just rises up and knocks it down over Grand Theft Alvarado. And it's back to a 10-point game. 11:30 to go. Alvarado has it up top, being guarded by McCollum. Coming to his right, gets to Anunoby in the post, being guarded by Kuminga. Anunoby coming to his left, step back, pump fake, leans in, fall away jumper, can't get it to go. Another flop by Kuminga, doesn't get it. Knocked out of bounds by Clarkson, battling for the rebound. It's going to go back to Atlanta. They got to hit Kuminga with one of these flopping fouls, man. $11:17 to go. Kuminga drawing with Tyler Kolek. I don't know if I'd want to get in a drawing match with Tyler Kolek. He got some stuff to him. McCollum coming to his left. Towns forced to switch on to him. A step back left wing three. Looks like Towns got a piece of it, baby. Karl Anthony Towns locking up defensively. He in this series entirely. Second half of the season, he's locked up defensively. Towns has it on the right wing, being guarded by Bradley. Oh, he's going to isolate. Dance with it, Towns. Oh, dance with it, Towns. Dancing with him. Coming to his right. Going right past him under the rim. Leaves it off for Clarkson. He flips it up. Can't get it to go. Battle for the rebound. Towns picks it up. Puts it above glass. Got it to go. And the foul. Too big. Too strong. Too talented. Too relentless. Give me them 2 points. I'm going to the foul line for one more. 37-25. And he got that block in McCollum. They show the replay on it. Locking up defensively, man. That should have been a foul on Corey Kispert initially. Looked like he fouled Clarkson there on the float attempt. Mike said Atlanta doesn't know they can play bully ball all night. They can. I wouldn't try to bully Mitchell Robinson. I'm not trying to bully Jalen Brunson, Josh Hart, OG Anunoby. I don't think that's a winning proposition for Atlanta. McCollum bringing it down. They get it over to Tony Bradley. Bradley gets it back to McCollum, attacking to his right, down the lane. Ball knocked loose, a turnover. Bridges playing that passing lane beautifully. Got his hand in there. Clarkson bringing it down, attacking, pulls it back out, throws it over the top. Towns wide open for three. Line me up. Comes up well short, shallow rebound. Picked up by Corey Kispert. Oof, man, the building would have popped off there. Clarkson guarding Alexander Walker up top, coming to his right to screen. Clarkson sticking with him. He picks up his handle, gets it over to McCollum, attacking to his right, down the lane. Almost turns it over again. He hits the floor. He does turn it over yet again. Alvarado, Karl-Anthony Towns, Mikal Bridges, Jordan Clarkson applying a ton of pressure. Bridges off of one leg, a lefty layup, can't get it to go. A lot of contact, no fouls called. Picked up by Atlanta. They're pushing the other way. They got numbers. It's a 3-on-4. Kuminga, head down in the paint, blows past the defense for a two-handed slam. Knicks got to get back on defense there. Don't worry about the kick out. Stop the ball. Excellent attack from Kuminga. Bridges, you got to get that finish. It's a wild layup with the left hand. Maybe go to the right hand. Maybe get to a pull-up jumper. Or you got to draw a foul there. If you're not, you know. Towns swings to his right, past Bradley, draws the foul. Tony Bradley just too slow out on the perimeter, man. He can't keep up with Towns. He's not going to be able to keep up with Towns. Alexio Percenti? What's up, Alexio? OG's killing me? OG's been phenomenal today, man. OG's been fantastic. Jose NYC, what's up, Jose? He got to make a basket for sure. We're getting to that point where, like, all right, OG, got to make a shot. 0 for 2 so far. But he's been pretty fantastic tonight. Defensively, rebounding. He's been awesome. Yak said we are clearly the better team. They are, which is why those 2 losses are very annoying and very frustrating. Towns has it up top. Gets it over to Alvarado. Wide open, right wing 3. Popped out, and he knocks it down. There you go, Jose. There you go, GTA. Lining it up from the perimeter, 41-27. Alexander Walker over to Johnson, driving it down, mid-range, fall away. Over Anunoby, can't get it to go. He don't want to bang bodies with OG, I'll tell you that. Here comes Alvarado bringing it down the other way on the left wing, picked up by McCollum. Alvarado coming to his right off the Town screen, head down in the paint, bump, floater, can't get it to go. Battle on the glass for the rebound. And a foul, and a loose ball foul in the Hawks. Woo, Jose Alvarado making plays happen right now. It's another foul in CJ McCollum. And CJ's going to sub out of the game. Amy Machua. OG did some good acting tonight, convincing the refs to give him 3 free throws. A little bit. Sometimes you got to act it out. Sometimes you got to get in your acting bag. Towns in the post, drop step against Johnson, floater off glass. They can't stop this guy. They can't stop Big Cat. Big Cat is bringing it tonight. Game 7 vibes, Game 7 mentality, and a timeout for Atlanta. They needed it. The 16-point lead for the Knicks. Keep it rolling, though. Foot on the gas pedal, foot on their necks. Stomp down on it. End it tonight. Take a commanding 3-2 series lead. Karl-Anthony Towns, he missed a shot tonight? Oh, he missed the 3. That's it. 5 for 6 from the field, though. 12 points. He's going to the foul line. Oh, no, he's not. Is he going to foul? No, he's not. It was just a knockdown shot for Karl-Anthony Towns. A lot of contact, no foul, though. 12-3-3 for Big Cat so far. Josh Hart's going to sub back into the game here. He's got 7. Hasn't snagged a rebound yet. That's because OG Anunoby's been doing all the dirty work down there. We're going to get Mitchell Robinson back in the game. We're going back to double big. Okay, I like it. I like utilizing double big tonight, throwing a monkey wrench, I think, in Atlanta's plans, just throwing the matchups off. Mike Brown playing chess, not checkers right now? Am I about to compliment Mike Brown's coaching? Okay, I see you, Mike Brown. down. We'll see where they come out after the timeout. This might change. But we'll see. I kind of like this lineup. I kind of like it. Let's stick with it for a minute. I hope we do come out with that. As far as Atlanta goes, it looks like they're going to come out with Okongwu, Johnson, Alexander Walker, Kispert, and Vincent as CJ McCollum picks up another foul, so he's going to sub out of there. Real quick, though, I do want to check out the turnovers for CJ McCollum. It feels like he's got 3 already. Isaiah Garner said Mike Brown is coaching. He's coaching. He's coaching, Isaiah. He's coaching his butt off. Hold on. 2-point game? Come on, Philly. Pull that off. Extend that series, Philly. Extend that series. All right, real quick. I do want to, I don't want to fully go through the box score. We're going to save that for halftime. But I do want to check out the turnovers here for CJ McCollum. Is he only credited with 1 turnover? He's got 3 turnovers tonight. Like, it did feel like 3 turnovers. He's got 3 turnovers tonight, 2 for Jalen Johnson. So the Knicks turning over their stars right now. Alexander Walker, 1 for 2 from the field. Both of them coming from 3-point line again. I said it earlier. They're doing an excellent job of keeping Alexander Walker out of the paint and forcing him to shoot threes. And he's capable, and he's knocked down some threes in this series. But if that's all you're doing, you're taking away the rest of the other things he really improved on this year. I said, yeah, they can't stop Cat. That's why it's been so idiotic to run ISO Brunson time after time. Yeah, it hasn't necessarily been just ISO Brunson. They've run sets to get Brunson isolated in the set in a general sense to get movement. But yeah, we everybody said it coming into this. Anybody who's watched basketball, this season, who has watched it somewhat regularly, everybody, when evaluating this series before game 1, was like, hey, this should be a Karl-Anthony Towns series, right? He should be the best player on the court in this series. Not even close. They don't really have anybody to match up with him. They don't really have anybody who can guard him, right? This should be a Towns series. And for the first 3 games, the Knicks just messed around. They didn't utilize Karl-Anthony Towns more than just, every now and again we'll give you the ball, big dog, and then we'll run offense through you. And it's like, no, now we're force-feeding the ball to Cat. And even the start of the game, I talked about it. It's not necessarily him taking every single shot. But if you get him the ball, the defense has to react a specific way to it, right? Because he has the matchup advantage no matter who you put on him. It could be Okongwu. He can beat him off the dribble. It could be Jalen Johnson. He's too big for him. And he can beat him off the dribble a little bit because he's too big and too strong. He can go right through him. Alexander Walker's too small. Corey Kispert too small. Gabe Vincent too small. So who in this configuration is supposed to guard Karl-Anthony Towns? They're going to take their chances with Okongwu. But that's not a good matchup. They've tried Kuminga, too small. They're putting Dyson Daniels on him, and he's just passing over the top to him, over him. And he's also been able to dominate the boards. He's only got 3 rebounds tonight, but his activity team's coming over to box him out. A little bit of a Mitchell Robinson effect. And now going to the double big lineup, now you can't double team Mitchell Robinson on the glass because you got to double team Karl-Anthony Towns on the glass. And then you got Josh Hart out there. We'll see. The double big lineup generally hasn't worked with Josh Hart out there as well. But we'll see how it plays out here tonight. Towns guarding Johnson up top as we're back in. Coming to his left, down the lane, leans in, puts up the floater. Towns with another block. Too big, too dominant down there. Alvarado bringing it down, picks up his handle, gets it over to Towns. Towns up top being guarded by Johnson. Fakes the handoff, keeps it, gets it out to Josh Hart. They're going to run a pick and roll with Josh Hart and Towns coming to his left, going all the way to the rim. Bump Euro in the paint, throws up the floater, can't get it to go. Robinson on the board, can't grab it, no foul. Good box out from Atlanta. Here comes Johnson down the lane, tries to get into the corner. Excellent hustle from Mikal Bridges to get down the court, full sprint, knock that pass to the corner out of bounds from Jalen Johnson, which would have ended up in a wide open 3. B. Will said if CJ is off, it's a Hawks loss. He's not off, man. The Knicks are just playing excellent defense. He's actually knocked down a couple of contested shots. I would actually say he's on. He just hasn't had very many opportunities and very many looks. The Knicks are applying a ton of pressure. Mikal Bridges going for another steal on the inbound there against Alexander Walker. Picks up a foul before the shot attempt from Alexander Walker, so it's still set out of bounds, but another foul stacked on here in this quarter. 8:20 to go here in the second. K. Hayes said the Bridges swipe, he's so good at those. He is. Excellent at those. They get it into Okongwu up top, hands it off to Alexander Walker, coming to his right, down the lane, kicks it in the corner, Gabe Vincent the 3 over Alvarado. Got it to go down for Gabe Vincent. Atlanta desperately needs shot makers. Gabe Vincent, Kuminga, Kispert, gonna need to knock down some shots here tonight. Gabe Vincent knocks one down there. They get it to Towns, high post, 13-point game. Towns coming to his right, off a Robinson screen. Driving it down, crossing over. Okongwu knocks the ball loose. Towns recovers it out on the perimeter, gets it over to Alvarado. Shot clock winding down. Got to make something happen. Blowing past the defense in the lane to the paint. Lefty layup. Can't get it to go. Robinson, the offensive rebound in the paint. Gets it snatched away by Okongwu. It's a 3-on-1 fast break. Alexander Walker leaves it off. Vincent, another right wing three. Can't get it to go. Long rebound. Okongwu picks it up against Robinson in the paint. Got nowhere to go. Gets it over to Johnson. Johnson sees a double team. Now they retreat. Being guarded by Bridges. Backing him down. Stops. Turns. Fall away along the baseline. Good defense. Can't get the shot to go. Towns with the big strong rebound. Quick outlet to Josh Hart. Josh Hart gets the ball knocked away from him. Gabe Vincent saves it over to Johnson, pushing it the other way. Kispert wide open, left wing three. Can't get it to go down. Josh Hart the rebound. Let's slow it down, Josh. Let's slow it down. Let the bigs breathe a little bit. You don't want this fast of a helter-skelter pace with the double big lineup. Josh Hart gets it over to Alvarado on the right wing. Going to run a pick and roll with Robinson. Pulls it out, being guarded by Kispert. Coming to his right off a Robinson screen. On the right wing. Driving it down in the paint. Floater off glass. Got it to go down for Jose Alvarado. I think he's playing a very nice floor game so far here tonight. We're under 7 to go in the second quarter. Approaching the halfway point. Johnson has it up top, being guarded by Towns. To get it over to Alexander Walker. Coming to his right off the screen. Pull up three. Josh Hart with the rear contest. In and out. Can't get it to stay. Towns and Robinson fight over the rebound. Towns wins out. Gets it out to Alvarado. Alvarado bringing it down. Coming to his right off a Hart screen. Alvarado on the right wing. Calling for another screen. He wants Karl-Anthony Towns now. He spins off a Kispert, driving it down. Bump, floater. Again, off glass. Got it to go. Too big, too strong. Jose Alvarado, get up out of my way. Knock me down another floater. 47-30. The largest lead of the game so far for the Knicks, 17 points. Gabe Vincent has it up top, being guarded by Bridges. Vincent coming to his right off a double screen. Now snaking it back to his left hand. Towns switched onto him. Vincent going to pull it out. Vincent gets it over to Johnson, being guarded by Bridges. Johnson wants a screen, coming to his left, attacking, down the paint, has a lane, big one-handed hammer. Towns glued to Corey Kispert in the corner. He can't come off of that. Robinson got to come over quicker and force a kick out by Johnson and just trust your extra rotations. Timeout from the Knicks. Good timeout from Mike Brown. Calm things down a little bit. We'll get some more substitutions in the game. Brunson was at the scorer's table. I think McBride was also, but we'll see when we come out what lineup we come out with. But definitely looks like Brunson's going to come back into the game. Just that's it. Use the glass. Yup. Use the glass. Keenar said, turns out Alvarado ball handling is the only thing allowing the double big Hart lineup to work. It's been some tough shot making from Jose Alvarado. He knocked down 2 tough, long, contested bank floaters. Purposely banked, but still tough, angled floaters for sure. It's also usually dependent on who you're going against, right? So sometimes when we look at the context of when lineups work and when they don't work, it's hard to fully extrapolate why lineups work and why lineups don't work. Sometimes it's also who's on the court, who they're going against, who they're matched up with, and whatnot. Bruce Fowler said, water, Sheffy? I'm good, brother, I'm good. We got to manage our water properly. If I drink too much water too quickly, then I'm going to have to use the bathroom, and I don't want to go anywhere. We got 3 hours here. It's year 4, brother. I'm very conscious of how often I'm drinking water. We usually go through about 2 bottles of water during the stream. Mike said, the Knicks need to stop being a fast break team and play with some sense. I know. You need to be able to do both. You don't want every possession to boil down to the half court because then every possession is a bit of a slog and a fight. If you can get out on the fast break and get easier baskets, you'd absolutely need to do that, especially when you have Josh Hart and Bridges and Alvarado out there who want to run. The problem is you have them out there with Mitchell Robinson and Karl-Anthony Towns who are, they're a double big lineup. They kind of want to play a little bit slower. So it's just a push and pull. If you get a stop and a quick outlet and you got numbers and you can push, then you push. I think the Knicks played with a very good, like I said, I think Alvarado's had a very good floor game tonight. He doesn't have an assist, but I think he's done a really good job of just pushing the pace, keeping everybody settled, running good offense. If things boil down a little bit, pulls it back out. Let's run a set. Let's just run a classic pick and roll. I think we're good. Mr. Grazer with the Mr. Grazer. Good luck to your Knicks. Good luck to you, Mr. Grazer. I know you guys are locked in a tight one with the 76ers. We can take a look at it real quick. Philly up by 4. There you go, Philly. Extend this series, Philly. Extend this series. Marketing with the marketing. Philly on a run. Keenar said, if Hart is in the game, team must run. Hart should only be in running lineups. I don't know if only running lineups, but definitely lineups that lean more towards running for sure. Josh Hart is an uber athlete, excellent finisher in transition, absolute good passer, nice awareness, should absolutely be in those running lineups for sure. Agree with that. Nick Yak said the 2 big was rated off 4 minutes together. They are fine together. They're really good together. I wouldn't even say they're fine, Yak. I think they're really good together. Again, it's dependent on the lineups you use them against. I wouldn't put the double big lineup out there if You're going to put 5 shooters out there. Like next series against Boston, like it'll be certain lineups that I think you can run the double big lineup against, and certain lineups where like, all right, maybe if Vucevic is out there, maybe the double big lineup isn't necessarily the lineup I would go to. But if Kata is out there, then I definitely think we should lean onto the double big lineup. Mindset John, what's up, Mindset John? Buzzer beater, what's up, Buzzer beater? Right? It's definitely dependent on the matchups as well as much as it is dependent on how Robinson and Towns play. Mike said, Knicks don't run mostly, and when they do, they tend to get out of what they want to do. No, they're pretty good balancing both. I think Keenan Hart said it best. When Josh Hart is out there, you want to run, right? If Brunson is especially if Brunson's out of the game. You don't want to get caught in a half-court game without your best half-court creator. So when Brunson's out of the game, push the pace, run it up. We have the starting lineup back out there, but McBride is in for Bridges. They get to Towns up top, being guarded by Okongwu. Ball knocked out of his hands. Towns picks it back up, gets it over to Brunson, but a foul. Who's the foul on? Is that foul on Johnson? Foul on Jalen Johnson. Off-ball foul. Johnson now has 2 fouls? Or is that his first? 2 fouls for Jalen Johnson. Yak said, Cat got 2 blocks with 2 bigs. I think one of those blocks came out on the perimeter of CJ McCollum. I don't know if Robinson was in the game or not, but Cat has just been phenomenal overall, all series long, defensively. I think he's been fantastic defensively. Not just good, not just viable. I think he's been fantastic. Towns limping a little bit, got need. Anunoby just bullies his way in the paint against Jalen Johnson. Couple of pivots, couple of lean-ins, and then rises up with a 2-handed slam over him. My goodness, OG dominant here tonight. His first made basket, by the way. Johnson stepped back, kicks it over to Dyson Daniels. They leave him wide open for a 3, and he makes them pay, knocking it down. I'll live with that. I'll live with Jalen Johnson wide open, Dyson Daniels wide open 3s all night long, man. I will live with that. We got 5:30 to go. And Brunson bringing it down. Has it on the right wing, being guarded by Daniels. Spins to his left. Driving it down. Brunson stops, turns, spins, lost the handle, pulls it back out, hands it off to Josh Hart, gets it over to Towns, high post. Towns fakes the handoff, keeps it, hits Brunson, cutting to the rim, wide open lefty layup. What a play from Karl-Anthony Towns, and the 2-man game with Jalen Brunson. Beautiful. Beautiful. Gorgeous even. They get over to Daniels, coming to his left against McBride, bullying his way into the paint, kicks it back out to Johnson. Johnson on the left wing, gets it back to Daniels. Daniels being guarded by McBride. Daniels, cross-court pass. Okongwu gets it over to Vincent, ran off the line by Hart, coming to his right, pulls it back out against Brunson. Gets it over to McCollum. Excellent rotations from the Knicks, but now McCollum blows past Brunson. Mid-range pull-up jumper comes up short. Battle for the rebound, knocked over to Okongwu. He knocks down the floater. Gotta snag those rebounds. Here come the Knicks bringing it down. Brunson has it up top, being guarded by CJ McCollum. They lob it over the top to Josh Hart. Easy layup as Gabe Vincent gets caught on a screen from Karl-Anthony Towns off ball. And a beautiful pass from Brunson. Josh Hart with a beautiful cut off that screen. Beautiful play all around. They get it to Okongwu up top. Okongwu being guarded by Towns. Okongwu got nowhere to go. Anunoby almost got the steal. Over to McCollum down the lane. Kicks over to Daniels. Extra pass to Vincent. Catches and fires over Hart. Can't get it to go off the back of the rim. Josh Hart the rebound. Almost looked to throw the baseball pass over to Josh Hart. He's pointing to him. He's like, I saw you, but it was too risky, so I didn't do it. So he hands it off to Brunson instead. Brunson hands it back off to Towns, who has it up top, being guarded by Okongwu. And a foul on Okongwu and a reaching. And the Hawks are just trying to do whatever they can to disrupt this Knicks offense right now. It is 53-37. It's a 16-point lead for the Knicks. And they're showing the replay of that beautiful pass from Towns to Brunson previously for the easy layup. And I was looking at Karl-Anthony Towns' face after he pivoted, kind of sets an illegal moving screen on Dyson Daniels. He's just pivoting, puts his butt out a little bit just to get in the way a little bit more, and then throws the beautiful bounce pass to Brunson for the easy layup. Towns knocks down the first free, though, because the Knicks are in the bonus, so he's at the foul line for 2. He's got another one coming. I was looking at Karl-Anthony Towns' face as he throws the pass, and as he pivots and he sees Brunson's open, cutting to the rim, he goes, let's go, and he throws the bounce pass, or as he's throwing the bounce pass. So you could tell it's a very, very clear set play that the Knicks have that could free up Jalen Brunson cutting to the rim. They can get him an easy shot. Karl-Anthony Towns was looking for it all the way. They had it available. He was like, let's go. We got it going. Nice, easy one for the captain. Beautiful pass from Towns, who's now up to 4 assists tonight. He's working his way towards another triple-double. Big Cat as he knocks down both free throws. 37-55. 18-point lead for the New York Knicks, their largest lead of the night. I let my timer tick too far down. We got 3:45 to go here. McCollum on the left wing sees a double team, blows past the double team. They swing it around. Alexander Walker ran off the line by Josh Hart. Excellent defense. Alexander Walker caught in the air, kicks it back out to Dyson Daniels. And again, they'll leave him open from three. He'll oblige. You can't knock it down. Excellent defense from the Knicks. Leave him butt naked, wide open. I love it. Jalen Brunson blowing past Daniels, has it in the paint, keeps the Nashville alive in the paint, leans in, floater, can't get it to go. Gets his own offensive rebound, tip up and in, and he's hyping himself up. Yes, sir. Too big, too strong, too talented. 20-point lead for the Knicks. Keep your foot on the gas pedal. McCollum working his way off the screen, sees the double team. McBride recovers. Anunoby knocks the ball loose. 4 turnovers for him. Josh Hart hit ahead. Brunson to the rim. Lefty layup. Got me to go. And the foul. Brunson to the foul line for one more. Foot on the gas pedal. Ended here tonight. Ended here tonight. Defense leading to offense. Josh Hart knowing, let me feed my captain. Let me feed JB, who has struggled all series long. Let me get him going. Let me get him another easy one. He had Brunson and he had Anunoby. You know who he chose? His Nova buddy, JB. I would have fed it to Anunoby myself, knowing Anunoby's probably going to rise up for a big one-handed hammer. But he knew, let me get it to JB, because JB needs it. He needs it right now. You're not going to go too far with Jalen Brunson struggling from the field. Let me get another easy one. Jalen Brunson up to 16 points, by the way, 8 for 13 from the field. He's starting to get there. He's starting to get some easy ones. I'll tell you this. A big reason why this is starting to happen here is because the Atlanta Hawks took Dyson Daniels off of Brunson, and they put him on Karl-Anthony Towns. That was a very risky move from Atlanta. They needed to try something. It was a very risky move from Atlanta because even though Alexander Walker's a very good defender, he's not Dyson Daniels. He can't match the physicality that Dyson Daniels can in terms of guarding Brunson, which is a very big part of guarding Brunson that people underestimate. Jalen Brunson's an extremely physical player. Man, it is a battle whenever you have to guard Brunson. He lowers that shoulder. He gets into you. He got a low center of gravity. Jalen Brunson... They took a basket away? Why is he back down to 14? What happened? Anyway. No, they took it away. It was 8 for 13. So it should be 16. All right. But in doing so, it frees up Jalen Brunson. And in doing so, you still don't have anybody to guard Towns, so he's hooping. Now you got Brunson going. Now you're down 22 points with Brunson at the foul line for one more. It wasn't a foul. It was just a regular timeout. I thought the official would do this for a foul. I guess it wasn't. Johnson has it up top. Here we go. We're back into it. Just under 3 minutes to go. Johnson swings it out. Extra pass. Alexander Walker gets a nice wide open three, and he got it to go down. Nice set play for the Hawks there to get an open look. Makes decent rotations. We got to continue to lock in. Nothing easy. Nothing easy. Philly up by 3 with 7 minutes to go in the other game, by the way. We'll keep an eye on that one. Obviously, it's a very important series for the Knicks. If Boston wins, they move on to the next round where they will play the Knicks, who will likely end up winning. Brunson gets fouled by Dyson Daniels, who'll go to the foul line for 2 free throws. Easy ones. Easy ones for JB, man. Mr. Grazer, what's up, Mr. Grazer? Jay Gardner, OG. I mean, I'm looking up and down the scores here. Everybody's contributed in a major way, except for maybe Mikal, who's got 2 points. I think the defense has been solid. I don't think it's been anything like earth-shattering, anything like that. Defense has been solid for Mikal. I think he's really the only guy who hasn't really implemented or hasn't put his footprint on this game. Why did they take a basket away from Brunson? I don't know why that happened. He just had 16. He was 8 for 13 from the floor. That was weird. I guess they just did that by accident. Either way, he knocks down the first free throw. He's got another one coming. Young Shiner, what's up, Shiner? Buzzer beater, Mike, foot on the gas, absolutely. Don't let up. Don't let up at all. Mindset Johnson, Knicks are bringing the fire that Atlanta can put out. Too much heat. Too much heat, Mindset John. Run them out of the building. I was too busy reading chat. Did Brunson miss that next free throw? I think he missed the next free throw. Game not over yet, y'all. Like I said, foot on the gas pedal. 20-point lead is a very comebackable lead. A very comebackable lead. Here comes Jalen Johnson bringing it down against Anunoby. They show a double team out to Jalen Johnson by the half-court line. Daniels kicks it out. Okongwu, wide open right corner three. I don't like these Double teams, I just said it. It's a bad idea against Brunson. It's a bad idea against anybody who's a decent enough passer. Jalen Johnson beats it. You end up playing 4-on-3, and they end up with a wide open three in the corner out of it by a knockdown three-point shooter in Okongwu. I don't like double teams out by the half-court line like that. Brunson coming to his left off the town screen, down the lane, floater off glass, rattles it in for Jalen Brunson. Floater starting to come around. Jay Bizzle getting busy here. It's up to 17. Daniels gets it over to Alexander Walker. Back-to-back threes for the Atlanta. Let's get rid of that. They get it over to Jalen Johnson coming to the rim. Stop double teaming. Stop double team. Stop that. I don't like it. Too many open looks for Atlanta now. Defense was perfectly fine playing the way that you were playing before. Force Atlanta to beat you one-on-one. Don't double team them. They can definitely beat you with passing. Eric C. What's up, Eric C.? Marlon, what's up, Marlon? I'm a Knicks fan from the Patrick Ewing Arrow Jamaica. What's up, Marlon? Appreciate you, brother. Judge's dad, 115 for Philly will be enough. 102-94 with 5 minutes to go. Come on, Philly, pull that one off. And they get Jalen Brunson. Full court press for Atlanta. They get Jalen Brunson on a push-off on Daniels. So now it's a turnover. Jalen Johnson up top, coming to his left. Brunson hedges out. Anunoby trying to tie up Johnson. Cross-court pass to Okongwu. Extra pass to Alexander Walker. Over to Daniels. Attacking Towns. Euros down the lane in the paint. Kicks it out to McCollum. Coming to his right. Throws up the floater over Towns. Off the back rim. Can't get it to go. Towns comes in for a rebound. But a loose ball foul and Deuce McBride trying to box out Okongwu. All right. Things not going the Knicks' way right now. It's another foul. Atlanta battling, trying to get back into this game. Knicks, you had the momentum. Now you're giving it away. Still side out of bounds here. Or is it free throws? Or are they in the bonus? Keenar said, Deuce has not been good at all. Deuce has been fine. He's been fine. Has he taken? I don't think he's taken a shot yet, right? 0 for 1. He took the one floater. Deuce has been fine. I would agree that he hasn't necessarily been good, but I don't think he's been bad or disruptive or like get him out of the game type of play at all. I don't like the double teaming that the Knicks are doing. Like, that's holding this defense back right now. They kick it out to Okongwu. McBride runs him off the line. He steps through, throws up a long floater. Off the back rim, can't get it to go. Towns the rebound. Gets it out to Anunoby, and Anunoby will bring it down. Another nice, excellent defensive stand for the Knicks. Here comes Anunoby. Gets it over to Towns. Towns up top. I think the Knicks are just trying to throw a different defensive look to Atlanta right now, but what you were doing was working. Maybe do that until it stops working. Or maybe they're just being proactive instead of reactive. Okay, hopefully, down to 17 here. Josh Hart dancing around the town screen. Needs to throw up a three. Ooh, I wanted that one to go down so desperately. Josh Hart misses the three. Jalen Johnson bringing it down against Anunoby. Coming to his right off of Dyson Daniels screen. Driving to his right, leans in, throws up the floater off glass. Can't get it to go, but a foul on OG will send Jalen Johnson to the foul line for 2. Susan, what's up, Susan? Eric C said, we should have 1-94. Other than that, sad, but great era to watch. It was. Hopefully we feel the same about this, but hopefully they pick up the foul. Keenar said, why are they calling fouls on us every time down? A little bit of hacking and whacking, a little bit of, a little bit of maybe trying to clean up some of the physicality of the game, I guess. I don't know. I haven't loved these foul calls. Little ticky-tack. Haven't loved them. But you can't put yourself in a position to be called for a foul there. Eddie Martinez, what's up, Eddie? Keenar said, hi, Susan. Our boy's invisible yet again. Yeah, Mikal Bridges is not really doing much tonight at all. Not playing a ton. He's just kind of out of a majority of the mix right now. Towns has it up top against Okongwu. Towns keeps it, gets it out to McBride, coming to his left, pull up three for Deuce. They go under the screen. McBride can't make him pay. Towns battling for the rebound, knocked out of bounds by Towns. It's going to go back to Atlanta. We got 35 seconds to go. Survive the quarter. It's a 15-point game. Don't let him score again. Forgot to give him that score. Johnson knocked down both free throws. They're back in the game. It's a 15-point game. Could go anyway. Johnson bringing it down. Keep it over 15 going into halftime. Get a stop here. Johnson up top being guarded by Anunoby. And they call a foul on Jalen Brunson. They are trying to allow the Atlanta Hawks in this game right now. Brunson holding on to the jersey. Way too long, too. Let go of the jersey at a certain point. And the Knicks are pointing at the end of the court, and they're like, hey, we're all holding jerseys. Everybody's holding jerseys. Dyson Daniels at the foul line, misses the first one. Ball don't lie, baby. Misses the first one. He's got one more coming. Jalen Brunson and Mike Brown talking to the official, and they're like, we're all holding jerseys out here. It's the playoffs. That's what you do. You hold each other's jerseys. That's how you play defense in the playoffs. So that, it's a tough foul call. It is a foul. You can call it. But I think the Knicks are arguing, well, you can call it every single time down. You can call it every single time down the court. So, Ram Jam. What's up, Ram Jam? King Free. What's up, King Free? If Joel Embiid did not have injury issues, he'll be the best player in the league. But unfortunately, he does. A lot of shoulda, coulda, wouldas with Joel Embiid. Dyson Daniels does knock down the second free throw. It's a 14-point game. Knicks need a score here. 4-second difference between game clock and shot clock. 28 seconds to go. Brunson bringing it down. Has it up top. Now 20 seconds to go. Brunson gets it to Towns. Left wing being guarded by Kuminga. Towns faces up. Towns, jab step, and a foul on the Atlanta Hawks. And Jalen Brunson raises his hands up in victory. And he looks over at his bench and Mike Brown, and he raises his hands in victory. And he's like, we got him. We got him. I said, same thing about AD. Same thing about a lot of guys. Injuries, unfortunately, are part of the game. Some guys manage their bodies better. Some guys have better fortune than others. Some guys have better luck. So Anunoby at the foul line knocks down the first one. He's got another one coming. Knock down your free throws. OG Anunoby. Back to 15 it goes. Knock down another one. Get it to 16. I'll be okay with that. You got to get another defensive stop, though. Mark said a wide pool GTA because that's the regular rotation. Jalen Brunson was fantastic when he came back into the game, brother. Maybe a little bit more GTA, I'm with you. But, maybe GTA alongside Jalen Brunson. Maybe they could play together a little bit, especially with McBride not giving you a ton tonight. I'm down with that. More GTA sounds good. King Free said AD just soft. If AD is soft, what is Joel Embiid, brother? Just that said Philly up 10. Mark said Philly up 10. We're going to check it out. We're literally 14 seconds away from halftime. Anunoby knocks down both free throws. Thank you, OG, for knocking down your free throws tonight. 16-point lead for the Knicks. You got to get one stop. 15 seconds to go. McCollum has it up top, bringing it down against Deuce McBride. Get a nice defensive stop. You got a 16-point lead. Going to the halftime with a 16-point lead. Hit Jalen Johnson cutting to the rim in the paint. Kicks it out. Alexander Walker, wide open right corner three. He can't get it to go down. Anunoby snatches the rebound. They're going to push it the other way. Anunoby with the half-court heave. Knock me down. Can't get it to go. But that'll be the end of our first half here. 16-point lead I'll take. Largest lead of the game was 22, I believe, by the Knicks. Or 20. Definitely at least 20. I think it was 22. And they lead by 16 at halftime here. We'll take it. Not the greatest lead in the world considering how both teams played, but Atlanta's going to fight tooth and nail to the very end. So this is why we said it. Even when we went up by 20 plus, keep your foot on the gas. Game far from over. 20-point leads, 20-point comebacks happen all the time. So 16-point lead at halftime. To me, the game might as well be tied. Just that said, up 12. All right, let's take a look at it. Before we do anything, let's go take a look at it. Oh, with 3 minutes to go, up 12. Come on, Philly. Send it back to Philadelphia. And Joel Embiid 0 for 5 from 3. Tyrese Maxey 3 for 10 from 3. Tyrese Maxey actually taking shots tonight, though. Thank goodness. 9 for 17 from the floor. Very important for Maxey to take shots. The shot distribution is exactly what I like to see. Embiid and Maxey should hover around the same. Embiid taking 6 more shots is fine. That's fine. Ed Thiegater with a very generous super chat. Appreciate you, brother. Say, let's go, Knicks. No cardiac Knicks today, please. Yes, sir. But they should hover around the same shot attempts. This is fine. Perfectly fine. I'm fine with that. Then next should be Paul George. You're paying him that amount of money for a reason. And then should come VJ Edgecombe. Unless he's in fuego and red hot, then should come VJ Edgecombe, fourth on the totem pole in terms of options there. And then you got Kelly Oubre filling in, knocking down open shots when he's got, or shooting open shots when he's got them, right? And then you factor in the bench guys. Quinn Grimes getting active tonight. He's knocked down 4 threes. Desperately needed somebody off the bench to knock down shots. Thank you, Quinn Grimes. Making this a 12-point game. Pull it off, Philly. Pull it off. Christian Blaze said, other than Sam Hauser, 2 Sam Hauser threes, a couple of free throws, it's been bricks all fourth quarter. Brown with only 29 for 23 is kind of rough. 20 points on 23 shot attempts is pretty rough. But again, when it comes to playoffs, I'm not as concerned about efficiency, but 9 for 23 for 20 points is pretty rough. Tatum, 24 and 21 shot attempts is It's fine, honestly. It's fine in playoff basketball. Does have the 4 turnovers. Brown has the 3 turnovers. They're turning them over, it seems like. Hauser's knocked down to 2 threes, like you said. 16 rebounds for Jason Tatum, my goodness. 13 for Nimi Keita. But yeah, all right. You can let us know how it's going, Christian, because obviously I'm sure you're watching that game. TT in the morning, what's up, TT? I hope the Pistons are watching the 76ers game, learn something. That series, I wouldn't necessarily think that series is over. Obviously, Tatum just missed 2 free throws. And it's a 15-point game with 2:20 to go. There you go, Philly, forcing that thing back for a Game 6. You love to see it, Christian, because if the Knicks can take care of their business on, what's today? Tuesday? On Thursday is when the Knicks play again, right? It looks like Philly's going to pull this one out. Still time left, but I'm just going to assume. Couldn't place it. Game 6, here we come. Game 6 in Philly, man. Game 6 in Philly. Might force this back to Boston for Game 7. Nick Yak said, what station is the Celtics game on? It's on ESPN. It is halftime. You can go ahead and turn over to that game, too. Next time the Knicks play is, I assume, Thursday? Thursday, to be determined. Why is it to be determined? We know there's going to be a Game 6. There's 1,000% going to be a Game 6. Why is it to be determined? I guess it's because they're going to see if any of these other series get wrapped up yet, and then they'll adjust the time slots then, I guess. Okay. Maybe just schedule a time for it or something. Anyway, let's go through our box score here tonight. 2 minutes to go. 13-point game. Not out of the raw possibility. Boston can still pull this off. That game's not over yet. Carl E. Lee Show. What's up, Carl? Appreciate you, brother. Thank you for that subscription, big dog. Hope you're enjoying the show tonight. Let's go through our box score. I have the box score pulled up over here already. Let's pull this back. Pull this back over here so we can check this game as it continues to go on. Also, this game will tip off soon, so we can keep an eye on how this goes. Although it seems like the first half of this series does not matter. 2 games in a row, Portland has held very large leads at halftime, and Spurs have come back and blown them out in the second half. So, Kenar said, shame about Dante and Ant-Man. Huge shame. It sucks. It sucks. That team, I think, could have legitimately, competed for a championship this year. Could have made a finals run. And instead, their season is over because of injuries, and it sucks. Yak said, I'm still here just watching the end of the game. Absolutely, Yak. Appreciate you, brother. I get it. I would do the same thing. If I wasn't live, I'd tune over the 76ers Celtics game. It's halftime. For sure. Let's go through the box scores here. I guess we can start with the Hawks. The away team. Normally start with the away team anyway. Start with the Hawks. Jalen Johnson, 14 points. CJ McCollum tonight, 4 points. 4 turnovers. No assists. Locking up CJ McCollum. Having a pretty brutal game, all things considered, and everything going on. He's knocked down 2 shots tonight. That's awesome. If you're a Knicks fan, that's awesome. Outside of that, Dyson Daniels with 10 points, I'm fine. Keep funneling the ball to Dyson Daniels and keep asking him to knock down shots and take shots. I'm perfectly fine with that. If the ball is out of Jalen Johnson's hands, is out of Alexander Walker's hands, and the ball is out of CJ McCollum's hands, and it's in Dyson Daniels' hands to knock down shots, I'm perfectly fine with that. 1,000%. I don't think Dyson Daniels is going to be able to beat you by himself. He's going to knock down some of these shots. He's 4 for 6 from the field because he's able to get into the paint because the Knicks are not guarding him, and he's knocking down these little flip shot floaters. And then he knocked down 1 3. I will continue to dare him to shoot shots all night long. Whether it's floaters in the lane against hopefully better contests, or if it's 3-point shots. Is Dyson Daniels going off for 30 tonight? I doubt it. It's not out of the realm of possibility. It's possible, but I doubt it. The Fleas with the Fleas, Mark James with the Mark. I'm fine with that. I'm perfectly fine with that. So if the Knicks continue to do that, that'd be great. Jonathan Kuminga tonight, 6 points. He's been aggressive looking for a shot. He's taken 8 shots tonight. He's actually taken the second most amount of shots behind Jalen Johnson, who's taken 9. So they're funneling the ball to Jonathan Kuminga as well and forcing him to shoot shots. They're trying to keep him out of the paint as best as they can. He's 0 for 3 from 3. They're going to continue to dare him to shoot it. And he's not making him pay right now. Gabe Vincent, 1 for 4 from 3. You love to see that. 3 points. Outside of that, Tony Bradley, not much going on. Mo Gay kind of removed from the rotation. I actually kind of liked the minutes Mo Gay had. I thought his size in the paint was a bit of an issue for the Knicks. And then Corey Kispert, 6 minutes, didn't do much at all. Corey Kispert coming in. I always thought Corey Kispert over on Washington was kind of wasting away, and it was like, hey, veteran team, go get Corey Kispert. He's probably very cheap that you can go get right now, and he's just a solid, guy who can knock down threes, good off-ball mover. He's been brutal here for Atlanta in this series. He's a turnstile defensively, and he's got nothing going on offensively for you, which is supposed to kind of balance out the scales for him, and he hasn't really done much for them. So kind of a disastrous bench in this series for Atlanta outside of Jonathan Kuminga. And when Jonathan Kuminga got it going for those 2 games, they won it. But it's been rough. It's been rough specifically for their bench. Doing too much. That they finally let Cat be the man he is in this series. It's all about matchups. All about matchups. Doing too much. We talked about it. We all talked about it. Everybody, like I said, everybody who's watched basketball this year, who watched any bit of the Knicks or any bit of the Hawks or any bit of the Knicks taking on the Hawks, all season long, Atlanta hasn't had anybody to guard Karl-Anthony Towns, and he dominated the matchup the last 2 times they played. Well, 3 times? We pretty much dominated the matchup all season long. And then he went into the playoffs, and it was like, hey, Jalen Brunson, go at Dyson Daniels. No, that's bad. That's a bad decision. That's a bad game plan. And so I'm happy they've kind of balanced out the scales here. Obviously, you still need Brunson. You're not going to tell Jalen Brunson to go stand in the corner. But getting him in the motion, playing around Karl-Anthony Towns, operating out of a hub, forces the Atlanta defense to compromise, right? Because a ton of attention is going to be utilized on Jalen Brunson running off-ball actions. It's gone Anunoby easy looks. It's gone Josh Hart open looks coming to the rim. It's gone Karl-Anthony Towns open looks going to the rim. And Jalen Brunson, eventually the Hawks are like, okay, maybe we don't fully sell out on Jalen Brunson on these off-ball actions. And then when they don't, Karl-Anthony Towns is hitting Jalen Brunson gun to the rim for an easy layup. It's been phenomenal. And that's exactly how they should have been utilized this series. And I'm disappointed and annoyed that it wasn't. Knicks fan sent a gold coin for 10 shoes. Appreciate you, Knicks fan. I looked up what that stuff was. I didn't know what it was. I was like, I don't know what this is. I don't know, And it's just a fun way to continue to interact with the stream. It's a very cheap way to kind of interact with the stream. That rewards you with like these things that you could send. So appreciate you, Knicks fan, for the support, brother. Isaiah Garner said you want the offense to be easy for Brunson. Yeah. Great way of putting it, Isaiah Garner. You want it to be as easy as possible. Why would you, especially in a first round matchup, why are you taxing Jalen Brunson? We have another month and a half to go. If we want to win the championship, you got a long time to go. A lot more series to go. 8 for 13 from the field for Brunson is pretty solid. Karl-Anthony Towns, we know 5 for 6 is awesome. Josh Hart, 3 for 6 is great. Anunoby's only made 1 shot, which was a dunk, but he's gone to the foul line. Keanu O'Brien also getting in on the action. Appreciate you, Keanu O'Brien. Did my guy? Usually comes up here. Shout out Knicks fan. Shout out Keanu O'Brien. Appreciate you guys. Susan said, Chevy, don't say open looks for Mikal Invisible Bridges, though. Oh, he didn't say. I didn't say open looks for Mikal Bridges. You're right, Susan. Purposely. Because he hasn't really gotten any because he's not really involved in the offense. Mikal Bridges tonight, he's taken 2 shots, 1 for 2 from the field, has not taken a 3. Literally everybody else in that starting lineup took a 3. Literally everybody else. Mikal, continue to play solid defense, brother. It's not your series. Just do what you can to contribute. I talk about, I've harped on this all regular season. We talked about this plenty of times, where the Knicks don't have very good rebounders for their positions. They have 3 rebounders on this team. Karl-Anthony Towns, Josh Hart, Mitchell Robinson. That's it. Brunson, Bridges, and Anunoby are below average rebounders for their positions. And they desperately needed those guys to rebound the ball, especially during the playoff runs. And OG Anunoby's shown up in a huge way. He's got 8 rebounds tonight. I think he's been phenomenal on the boards. And then Mikal Bridges, you have over here with 0 rebounds, 0 assists. He does have a steal. I do like the defense he's playing, but again, you didn't bring him in just to be a defensive player. It's got to be more. Mitchell Robinson off the bench I thought was really awesome. 3 points, not really awesome. I thought he was really solid, though. Really solid minutes for Mitchell Robinson. He had a block, 2 offensive rebounds, 3 points, 1 for 4 from the foul line to clean this up just a little bit. Big Mitch knocked down a couple more. Again, 50% is all I'm looking for, Mitch. That's it. Literally 50%. It's the lowest bar I can set, Big Mitch. Come on, big dog. I know you're better than that. Clarkson I thought was awesome. Speaking of somebody's awesome. 5 minutes, 5 points. A point per minute for Jordan Clarkson. I thought he was really solid. Alvarado I thought was awesome. Speaking of guys off the bench who I thought were awesome, Jose Alvarado. If Jose Alvarado has it going like this, maybe you could swap this a little bit. Maybe 2 or 3 minutes away from Deuce, giving it to Alvarado, playing alongside Brunson. They're already small. It's not like Alvarado and McBride, there's a huge height difference there. You're already going small, so maybe throw Alvarado in there in that mix. Although I will say Deuce McBride is a plus 14. Again, defense and the intangibles that Deuce McBride brings often overlooked. Just the off-ball screen setting that McBride sets. He's a really good off-ball screen setter. He's a really good screen setter on ball as well. And he has great chemistry with Jalen Brunson setting those screens. But also, you have to fundamentally guard McBride off ball differently than how you guard Jose Alvarado. And you can't give McBride any space. You have to essentially deny him the ball when he's off ball there, and it gives the Knicks a lot more room to operate. It gives Towns and Brunson more room to operate and whatnot. So that's part of the reason why you are always going to lean McBride over Alvarado. But on a night-to-night basis, Alvarado had it going tonight. I think Kane Har has been talking about it in the chat. Alvarado did have it going. Really solid minutes, maybe a couple of more. But I don't mind it for the most part. I understand why you have Deuce McBride out there. I understand the impact he's having, despite the fact that you look at the box score and you're like, okay, not much. Alvarado 7 points, McBride 0. So yeah, it looks like Alvarado's playing better. But I would argue similar impacts, just in different ways, and that's not going to show up in the box score. Yak said they said Grimes had a great game. He did. We looked at the box score, he had 18 points or something like that. But that game just went final. 113-97 the final score. We can take a look real quick. Actually, let's focus on our Knicks real quick, because I do want to look at the team stats before we get back, and then we got to look at our bingo card just to see what we got. Bruce Fowler trusts the process. They're trusting it. The Atlanta Hawks won the possession battle, 44-41. But they made less shots, less efficient offense. The Knicks shooting 60% from the floor, 24 of 41. My goodness, they're knocking down shots. Again, a lot of easy offense. They're not shooting threes tonight, though. The volume extremely low. 23-point attempts for the Hawks, only 8 for the Knicks. But it's also because they're getting a lot of actions going to the rim for easy baskets. The Atlanta Hawks obviously are game planning against keeping the Knicks off the three-point line. The Knicks are obliging. They're hitting them with the backdoor cut. They're hitting them with off-ball screens, cutting to the rim for easy layups at the rim. And it's really disrupting what the Hawks are, how the Hawks are trying to defend them. The three-point shots necessarily haven't really been there for the Knicks. They're not necessarily hunting them either. They're just kind of taking what the defense is giving them. But I do think you're going to run into a math problem if you don't get up a couple more threes. Losing the three-point battle by 3 so far. Although they are getting to the foul line like crazy. 18 attempts for the Knicks. They're 13 of 15 from the foul line. 3 of those were Mitchell Robinson. So to me, really, you take one make away. So really, they're 12 of 14, which is pretty dang good. Atlanta's 4 for 6. Rebounding battle, 14-25. Knicks dominating the boards mostly because they've missed so many shots. They're grabbing a ton of defensive rebounds. Offensive rebounds are 4-5, so about even. But the Knicks dominating defensive boards obviously because they missed more shots. 11-12 in the assist game. Steals and blocks, somewhat negligible. 4 blocks for the Knicks, 0 blocks for Atlanta though. Total turnovers, Knicks winning by 2. Slight advantage to the Knicks. And then we go down points in the paint, 22-40. Again, Knicks dominating that paint off of these interior passing and off-ball screens. And then the Knicks have led for 87% of the game, which is fantastic. The largest lead was 22, forcing Atlanta to play from behind all night long, which is exactly what you want to see. You guys are going to have to let me know what goes on with this up here. So far, nothing that I can think of has come to fruition. Haven't had a jump ball. Haven't had a travel. Haven't had a shot clock violation. Okongwu hasn't hit a 3 tonight, I don't think. No, hasn't hit a 3. Haven't had any challenges. McCollum not looking good for 25, although Brunson looking good for 30, wherever that is. Towns for 25 is looking decent. Anunoby for 20 is looking okay. He's got 7. Bridges for 10 is not looking great. He's got 2. Josh Hart for 12, 5 and 5. He's got 9, 2 and 3, looking solid. So we'll see. Bruce Fowler said Boston messing around and find themselves in a Game 7. They could, man. They're going back to Philly for Game 6. You know that crowd's going to be rowdy. But that Boston team has played in rowdy crowds before. So here we go. Alexander Walker bringing it down against Bridges. He has it up top. Gets it over to McCollum being chased by Hart. Coming to his right. They hedge out Hart. Show a double team. They get over to Okongwu. Inside pass to Daniels in the lane. Kicks it out to Johnson. He's going to line up the 3 over Brunson. Bad contest from Brunson as he just miscalculated where Jalen Johnson was going to end up. Nice pass from Daniels. But Johnson can't knock down the 3. Rebounded by Towns. Brunson, Euro, down the lane, gets fouled by C.J. McCollum. And they're going to say foul on the floor. Brunson is surprised he's not going to get free throws out of it. They say foul on the floor, so it's side out of bounds for the Knicks. Brunson looked at the officials, and he's like, I clearly gathered. I'm going to the basket. G4 said, hot take, Rudy's defense on Jokic will decide the Wolves-Nuggets game. That's not a hot take, brother. That's always been the case. How is that hot take, big dog? That's been the case all 3 series. How you defend the best player on the opposite team will generally define the series, big dog. Nate Yak said, Bridges' defense was good. It was good. It was solid. The thing, Yak, is that I just don't think it was, like, super game-changing. And when you're not giving anything offensively or anything else, like rebounding or playmaking or anything like that, it's hard to be like, oh, yeah, well, you know, solid, at least you play defense. Like, yeah, at least you play defense, but you need more. Anunoby has it up top off the handoff, dancing with it against McCollum, putting his head down, blowing past him, lefty layup, can't get it to go. Josh Hart battling for the rebound. They save it over to McCollum. Quick outlet to Dyson Daniels, shot out of a cannon, bringing it down in the paint against Towns, pulls it back out. Pass fake, got nowhere to go. Excellent denial defense from the Knicks to get it out to Alexander Walker, being guarded by Brunson. Over to Johnson, back to Alexander Walker, coming to his left off the handoff, crosses over, gets it over to Johnson. Johnson up top, coming to his left off the screen. Brunson edges out hard, coming to his left, step back, kicks it out. Alexander Walker catching fire over Bridges, can't get it to go. Towns another rebound, over to Brunson, bringing it down. 64-48, Brunson on the left wing, dribble, pull up 3, feeling it a little bit, knocks it down, nothing but net. Jalen Brunson, yes sir, get it lining up, get it going. 67-48, 19-point game. Daniels down the lane, spins off of Brunson, kicks it up top. Okongwu lines up a straightaway 3. He answers right back with a 3 of his own. Anything you can do, I can do better offense. Back to 16 it goes. 5:30 here in the third quarter, back and forth they go. Brunson bringing it down, being guarded by Alexander Walker, gets it over to Towns, being guarded by Daniels. Again, going to the traditional matchup they started the game out with. Brunson up top, gets it back to Towns. Towns hits Anunoby coming back door, goes up, gets fouled by Okongwu, and it's a foul on the floor. That's another foul on Okongwu. That is 3 fouls on Okongwu, I believe. This number should change. 2 fouls on Johnson, 2 fouls on McCollum. G4 said, I mean, with the injuries, I feel it'll open up Murray more, and I don't think he can win the series, is what I'm getting at. I know, brother, but that's, you know, that's always been the case. They get it into Towns. Towns along the left baseline. Pass fakes. He's a double team. Beautiful kick out the Bridges. Extra pass. Anunoby wide open. Right corner 3. Line me up. OG Anunoby. 19-point lead again. Back-to-back 3s for the Knicks. Excellent ball movement. Great kick out from Karl-Anthony Towns off the double team. The Hawks looking for a response. They get it to McCollum on the right wing. Being guarded by Brunson on a cross match. Stop. Turn. Leans in. They show a double team. He spins. Kicks it out to Johnson. Extra pass over to Daniels. They're not guarding him. Down the lane. Throws up the long float over Anunoby. And he gets it to go down. But I'll exchange 2s for 3s with Daniels knocking down a long floater over Anunoby. That's fine. Had to knock down a tough shot. Anunoby had a wide open 3. I'll take that offensive and defensive trip. Knicks got to continue to play hard, though. Towns has it up top, being guarded by Daniels. Hawks team not going anywhere. They're fighting tooth and nail. Towns, pass fake, cross-court pass. Bridges, wide open right corner 3. Bridges in and out, can't get it to go. Come on, Mikal, we need you, big dog. Here comes Dyson Daniels bringing it down. Full head of steam. He's going to pull it out. He's being guarded by Towns. They hand it off to Alexander Walker, curling off the screen, down the lane in the paint. Tries to shovel it inside to Johnson. Ball knocked loose. Alexander Walker picks it up, gets fouled, and knocks down the floater. And Josh Hart waving his finger around. He's like, you just called multiple fouls on the floors for the Knicks. That should be the same thing. But they're going to give Alexander Walker the bucket. He's going to go to the foul line for 1 more. Just like that. It's 15, could be 14. Becky, what's up, Becky? $9:30 to go here. Alexander Walker at the foul line for 1 more. Misses his free throw. 15-point lead for the Knicks still. Brunson calling out a bit of a set here. Directing his teammates. Brunson up top, being guarded by Alexander Walker. Brunson trying to get it to Hart. They do. Hart has it. They're trying to get it to Towns. They do. They show a double team. Towns has it. Cross-court pass. Bridges in the right corner. Cross-court pass again. Josh Hart wide open left wing 3. Line me up. Comes up short. Long rebound. Bridges battling for it. Loose ball. Josh Hart picks it up. Pass fake over to Brunson. Extra pass. Anunoby right corner 3. Line me up again. Can't get it to go. Oh no, he gets the friendly bounce off the front of the rim. Hit the front of the rim out of the right corner. Bounces straight up and goes down. You'll rarely see that, but the Knicks get back up by 18. They go. Alexander Walker driving it down. Loses the ball on the way up. Towns the rebound. Tries to throw the hit ahead. Alexander Walker gets the steal right back. Over to Johnson. Inside pass. Alexander Walker to the basket for the 2-handed slam. Alexander Walker getting off a little bit here. Knicks got to continue to keep him out of the paint. 73-57. 16-point lead for the Knicks. The Hawks not going away lightly here. Knicks, multiple opportunities here to go up 20+, continue to push the lead, but the Hawks fighting back. Brunson up top. Gets it over to Anunoby. Anunoby on the left wing trying to get it to Towns. Towns looking at the official, and he's like, he's pushing, he's holding me. Come on, call the foul. Brunson, jab step, dribble, pull up three over Alexander Walker, comes up short, rebound to Okongwu, over to Johnson. Johnson bringing it down, being picked up by Anunoby. Johnson waiting for his teammates. Gets it over to Daniels, being guarded by Towns. He's dancing with it, hands it off to Johnson, coming to his left, mid-range pull-up jumper over Towns. Johnson can't get it to go, long rebound, Towns picks it up, quick outlet to Josh Hart. Josh Hart will walk it down the other way. They don't have an advantage, so he has it up top, waiting for his teammates. Over to Towns at the logo for a three, a deep one, a real deep one. Okay, I like the audacity, but maybe a little too early here for audacious shots like that. Dyson Daniels on the right wing, hands it off to Johnson. Johnson on the left wing, dancing with it. Brunson hedges out hard. He spins past him inside Daniels in the paint, kicks out to McCollum. Quick catch and fire after a low gather. Can't get it to go, and it bounces over the backboard. If that was a clean pass from Dyson Daniels, CJ McCollum might have been able to get a cleaner look than that, a cleaner shot off, but the pass from Daniels was so low, McCollum had to pick it down from the floor and then come all the way up for the shot, and by then the Knicks were able to close the distance and at least give a decent contest to it, and CJ McCollum missed it, coming up short. So the ball is going to go back to the Knicks here. We got 7:30 to go in this third quarter. I haven't loved some of the defensive game here from the Knicks. I don't like this double teaming. I think go back to the just straight up matchups and forcing them to knock down tough shots and playing off of Dyson Daniels as much as possible. I have not really loved their defense. Mike said, Knicks are trying to keep Atlanta in the game from what I can see. I don't really love the switch in game planning from the Knicks defensively here. It's a 16-point game. They started double teaming Jalen Johnson a lot. Coming off these handoff and screen actions. Mostly, part of the reason, thinking about it, they're obviously trying to involve Brunson in every action, which every team is going to try and do because you attack the weakest link, and that's Jalen Brunson. And so they're involving him in every single action, especially considering he's guarding Dyson Daniels now. And Dyson Daniels is a good handoff player and a good screen setter and whatnot. So Brunson is involved in all these handoff actions, and to maybe try to mitigate that a little bit, they're having him hedge out really hard and stay in the hedge out and essentially double teaming off the handoff action, which is forcing then Jalen Johnson to either try and get the slip pass and over the top pass over to Dyson Daniels. And again, they're trying to funnel the ball over to Dyson Daniels to make decisions here tonight. He's played pretty well, 12 points, 2 boards, 4 assists for him. But it's resulted in the Knicks having the guard in 4-on-3 situations. And as long as Dyson Daniels continues to make solid decisions, not even the perfect decision, just a solid decision, it's going to compromise. You're compromising your own defense by double teaming like this. I don't even think you have to. I don't think you had to. I think your defense was pretty solid. I don't think you were giving up a ton of open looks. MBM said, we're starting this slow, trying to show something different. They have their go-to lineup. Yeah. I said it earlier, like, why not just stick with what has been working? But oftentimes I have been criticizing Mike Brown for being reactive rather than proactive, and I think this is a situation of him trying to be proactive. So I get trying it. I just don't think it's worked out so far. I don't think it's worked out so far, and I also think you're like overextending your defenders here. Again, asking them to guard in a disadvantaged state consistently. I get why they're doing it. I just don't think it's worked out too well. Gigi said, it feels like Mitch not getting enough minutes. Yeah, they asked Mike Brown about that, and he said like it's not really a great series for him. They also went to Hacker Robinson, which really scared Mike Brown from having out there. And you guys know my opinion about the hack a player strategy. Go ahead. You want to put your team into foul trouble early? You want to rack up fouls on your players? I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that for the most part, right? Robinson said, and I'm fine putting Mitch Robinson at the foul line and being like, knock down free throws, Mitch. Like, you're going to have to knock down free throws eventually. Knock them down. MBM, you agree? Okay. Just that's at Cat 14, 12, and 5. He's hooping. He's hooping. Double-double, by the way. Karl Anthony Towns double-double. We got nothing on our bingo card tonight so far. Nothing on our bingo card. There we go. Yak said Mitch coming in, maybe 2 bigs again. We got 7:30 to go here, and the Knicks still with the same starting lineup. No substitutions yet for them. No substitutions yet for Atlanta. So starting lineups for both sides. Here we go. Mikal Bridges bringing it down. Being guarded by Alexander Walker. Coming to his right at the town screen, gets a lane to the basket, goes up, two-handed slam from Mikal. There you go. And he's got something to say to Atlanta bench. I like it, Mikal. I like it. I like it a lot. My guy buzzer beater, yes sir. Appreciate you, brother. Jalen Johnson gets it over to Dyson Daniels, cross-court pass. Alexander Walker wide open left corner three, got it to go. Again, stop with the double teaming. Forcing the Knicks to play in these 4-on-3 situations, and as long as Dyson Daniels makes a smart enough pass, it's a wide open three. You don't want to get Alexander Walker going. He's up to 13 points now. Most of them coming in the second half, in this third quarter. Brunson up top, dancing with it, coming to his right off a hard screen. They swing it over to Josh Hart. He'll take the lane in the paint, kicks it out to Anunoby. He's going to pump fake, jab step. Being guarded by Jalen Johnson, swings through to his left, pulls it out, crosses over to his right, swings back to his left, step back, mid-range, fall away, OG, giving him all the moves and giving him a bucket. OG Anunoby. All the moves and a bucket. They go over to Jalen Johnson up top, crossing over to his left. Brunson goes for the steal, doesn't get it. Inside pass, Daniels, lefty layup. Brunson getting picked on defensively here, and he is failing the test. Angel A1 Jerome also getting in on the action. Appreciate you guys. We got 6 minutes to go. We're halfway through his third quarter. Knicks still holding on to a measly 15-point lead. It should be larger if I'm being honest. Bridges has it up top being guarded by Johnson. Atlanta doing just enough to stick around. Starting to compromise the Knicks defense. I don't love the defensive game plan the Knicks have gone to. It's allowing the Hawks to stick around. Brunson coming to his right being guarded by Alexander Walker. Coming to his right again in the paint. Hesitates, keeps the Nash dribble alive behind Karl-Anthony Towns. Knocks down the little fall-away jumper. Jalen Brunson using Towns for a Gortat screen. I don't even think Towns was expecting that. But they get it off in a nice shot and play there from Brunson. Dyson Daniels in the lane, can't get the little shot to go down. Battle for the loose ball, out of bounds, off of Daniels. It's going to go back to the Knicks. Good effort from Towns to force the Daniels missed floater. Coming over on the help side, contesting it. Mike said, sit cat down now. I'm good. Why? Cat's been awesome. Why would you want? He's been fantastic. Here we go. 5:37 to go. Mikal Bridges subs out. 17-point lead for the Knicks. See, Jim Cullum also checks out. He's been very quiet tonight. Knicks have held him in check. The Knicks have McBride in along with Clarkson, along with Brunson, Hart, and Towns. McBride up top. Gets it over to Brunson, coming off a Towns screen, off ball. They get it to Towns, high post, right wing. Hands it back off to Brunson on the right wing. Thought about the three, now hesitating. Now he's got Dyson Daniels one-on-one. Fall away baseline jumper. Higher arcing shot, can't get it to go. Gabe Vincent knocks the rebound over to Okongwu. Quick outlet to Dyson Daniels. In and out dribble in the paint. Has nowhere to go. Sneaks it out to Vincent. Gets it over to Okongwu. Okongwu back to Vincent. Vincent hesitates from three. He's being guarded by Towns. Trying to get it to Okongwu in the post, being guarded by Brunson. Swings it out. Alexander Walker, right wing three over Hart. Well contested. Didn't matter. Alexander Walker gets it to go down. Knicks had to bring the double team there with Okongwu locked one-on-one against Brunson. I would have rather Towns dig down on the double team, being guarding Gabe Vincent, than cross-court double team. McBride came over and double team. He's not going to feel that. So bad rotations from the Knicks there defensively. Towns up top, throws the behind-the-back pass to McBride in the paint, tries to kick it out to Josh Hart, gets stolen by Jalen Johnson. Come on, Ducey. Got to get a better pass off than that. Alexander Walker trying to blow past the defense, loses the handle, picks it back up, and it's a foul. And Jalen Brunson, again, talking to the official. Can't believe the call there. Mark said, get Deuce out and put GTA in. GTA, speaking of, going to the scores table, I wonder who he's going to come in for. And that was clean. That was a clean strip from Clarkson. I don't see a foul there. And he kept possession anyway, so I'm not sure why you blow the whistle. Robinson also comes in here. And Towns does sub out. So we got Clarkson, McBride, Brunson, Anunoby, and Robinson. Okay. We'll see how this plays out. 4:30 to go. Russell Field challenge? I don't think it's a challengeable offense. Like, obviously, I think it's the wrong call, but what do you get from it? You don't gain anything from it. Johnson up top, coming to his left. Attacking off the screen, stops, hesitates, now coming down, gets caught in the air, steves it over to Bradley, gets it over to Kuminga, jab step coming to his left, in and out dribble, driving it down along the baseline. They show a double team, he picks up his handle, he's got nowhere to go. Shot clock winding down, over to Johnson, he's got to fire it up over Anunoby, fading out of bounds, hits the side of the backboard. Anunoby with the rebound, bringing it down the other way, leaves it off for Brunson. Brunson pushing, hit ahead McBride, pump fakes, blows past the defense, step back, pump fakes again. Good defense from Gabe Vincent. McBride gets it over to Clarkson. He's going to pull it back out. He's being guarded by Kuminga. Clarkson coming to his right up the Anunoby screen. Alexander Walker hedges out hard. Shot clock winding down. Clarkson got to get busy. Coming to his right up the screen. Clarkson in and out dribble. Going to the basket. Leaning in. Goes up. Gets fouled. He's going to the foul line for two. Jordan Clarkson's been fantastic tonight, I got to say. I think he's been great. Mike said, basically Towns is where he should not be when Atlanta scored the last 3 times. I think I disagree completely, Mike. The reason why Karl Anthony Towns is not where he should be is because the Knicks are double teaming Jalen Johnson up top, running the 2-man action like I explained before. So they're lobbing it over the top off of that action to Dyson Daniels, where Karl Anthony Towns is having to try and guard 2 players where Dyson Daniels is in the paint, and then after he kicks it out to a 3-point shooter, somebody else is having to recover, probably Karl Anthony Towns, or now the Knicks are caught in the rotation when Karl Anthony Towns is now mismatched. So it's not been a Karl Anthony Towns problem. It's been a defensive game plan problem. Clarkson knocks down the first free throw. He's got another one coming. Brunson subs out. Alvarado in. No Brunson, no Towns lineup. I still don't think this is a good idea. Clarkson knocks down both. Hopefully it works out. Mark said, that's pulling jersey if I've ever seen it. Johnson bringing it down against Anunoby. Johnson coming to his left. Down the lane, throws the lob up top to Kuminga. Can't get that one to go down, and a late foul is called, and that should be side out of bounds. 3:40 to go, 16-point game still. Mark said not a foul. I also agree. I don't think it's a foul either. But Atlanta will have it side out of bounds. Both teams with 3 fouls now. Just under 4 minutes to go. So 2 more fouls before either team's in the bonus. Jalen Johnson tries to get it into Alexander Walker. It looks like Anunoby tipped it, and then McBride able to come up with the steal. McBride now pushing, coming to his right, lobs it over the top to Robinson, and he throws it down with 2 hands. There you go, Deucey. Getting the lob up top to Big Mitch, rewarding the big. The Knicks up by 18. We get a timeout from Atlanta. Want to talk a couple things over. 3:30 to go here in the third. So despite me not really liking the defensive game plan, the Knicks still holding on to this lead, 18-point lead. 18-point lead. And it just looks like Atlanta feels like, I don't know, the Knicks, they just have too many answers to Atlanta. And as the series gone on, they've like leaned into those answers. And Atlanta's like throwing the kitchen sink out there, trying a bunch of different things. Nothing's really sticking. Like maybe it works for a couple of possessions here and there. Maybe it works for like half a quarter. Maybe it works for 3 or 4 minutes. But then the Knicks make an adjustment and they kind of start to take it away. I wish we would stop double teaming. I think that would fully help that. But Mr. Nixon, what's up, Mr. Nixon? Knicks need to put them away. Absolutely. 18-point lead here. Continue to build on the lead. Build the lead. Build the lead. MBM said, energy conservation lineup, doubling, playing straight up spends more energy. I disagree. I don't think playing straight up spends more energy at all. I think it actually spends more energy forcing other defenders to scramble in a 4-on-3 situation. Mark said, shot clock violation hasn't happened yet. I don't think it's happened. I don't remember it happening so far tonight. Keith, what's up, Keith? Knicks bench looks excellent. You're getting contributions all around, and McBride hasn't even really contributed in the points category. But you're getting really solid Clarkson contributions. You're getting really solid Alvarado contributions, and Mitchell Robinson's continuously being Mitchell Robinson out there. Just Dad reminded people to like button. Appreciate you, Just Dad. Haitian Mike with the Haitian Mike. Don't really like this lineup. Me either, Haitian Mike. I don't really like this lineup either. Obviously, I hope it works out for the Knicks. This is kind of their go-to defensive lineup with Anunoby, Robinson, McBride, and Alvarado out there right now. Usually shamming in that rotation spot, but they needed a ball handler and a point guard out there, so they went back to Alvarado. But he's also a decently solid defender, especially for his size. He's a really good defender, but his size obviously limits him. So this is their defensive lineup. And then you hope like you can muster up just enough offense to get through. But I don't like not having much of a create out there. Maybe Alvarado can like uplift this just enough to hang tough, having a point guard and creator out there. Mark said, if JB is off the floor, I need Cat on the floor. I personally fully believe in the stagger mentality, right? Stagger your stars, have one of them on the court at all times. But, which is something the Knicks did all regular season. They didn't use this lineup almost at all regular season. And yet it's become a playoff mainstay in this series. I don't get that. Yeah, so that was McBride's third lob to Mitch in the first 2. Mitch got fouled. Yep. Finally got one through. A clean one for a slam from Big Mitch. it just feels better. Like, even if you get fouled, you know, like, it was a solid play. It just feels better when you, like, fully pull off the lob, where it's like, yep, we finally got you rolling to the basket, big man, rewarding the big man for sending strong screens all night and playing good defense. Young On, what's up, Young On? Mark said, I just need Cat instead of Mitch and Hart instead of Deuce. Cat instead of Mitch, Hart instead of Deuce. I mean, that's a fundamentally different lineup. I think what you really, if you want to, like, lean into a full defensive lineup here, I think you really want to probably look at, I guess Cat for Robinson here, because Cat's been solid defensively, been really solid defensively. I guess you could lean Cat for Robinson, but Robinson's such a game changer defensively as well that, you know, I get if you're going to lean full on in your defense, you're just going to hope that your offense can survive enough for a stretch here. Let's see. Tony Bradley down the lane, gets fouled by Mitchell Robinson. Euro stepping down the paint on a slip pass from, it looked like McCollum. And Robinson comes up limping a little bit, holding his side, just got awkwardly tied up with, took an elbow to the side there. So he's fine, just took an elbow to the side, rubbing it a little bit. He'll be fine, he'll be all right, a little bruise. But Tony Bradley's going to go to the foul line with 2 free throws here. They just announced 31-19 advantage for the Knicks on the glass tonight. As Tony Bradley misses a free throw, we'll never not love when our opponents misses free throws, man. We'll never not love it. Tony Bradley misses 2 free throws. Robinson snatches a one-handed rebound and then hits the floor. And then shoves it into OG Anunoby's gut. And here comes Deuce McBride. 3 minutes to go. Knicks holding on to an 18-point lead. McBride coming to his right off the Robinson screen. McBride spins, coming to his left. Foul line pull-up jumper. Can't get it to go. Hanging on the rim. Clarkson comes flying in. Ball knocked out of bounds. It's going to go back to Atlanta here. The Knicks are looking at their bench, saying maybe we should challenge that. Sharon McLean upping her membership for an 8th month. Appreciate you, Sharon. She also said, we are the New York Knicks, showing up in abundance here tonight. Absolutely, Sharon. Appreciate your generosity. Ghost no official music. What's up, Ghost? Jalen Johnson whooping our butt. It is Knicks ball. They changed the call to Knicks ball. Jalen Johnson's kicking our butt. It's an 18-point lead for the Knicks, and Jalen Johnson has 14 points on 12 shot attempts. Sure, brother, sure. Troy Carolina, what's up, Troy? Under 3 minutes to go here. Alvarado gets it into McBride. McBride gets it out to Robinson. Robinson up top, trying to get it to Alvarado. Good denial defense from Vincent. Finally gets it to him. Alvarado up top, pulls it out, coming to his left, driving it down, stops, loses the handle, slips and falls, knocks it over to Tony Bradley. Now here comes McCollum off the turnover. McCollum up top, being guarded by McBride. Coming to his left off the Bradley screen, driving it down, steps back. Good defense from Robinson. They kick it out to Kuminga. Anunoby flying out, but Kuminga wide open, takes a rhythm dribble. In and out, rattles just out for Jonathan Kuminga. He's now 0 for 5 from three-point range. Here comes Deuce McBride, coming to his left off the Robinson screen, over to Alvarado. He's going to pump fake on the left wing, pulls it out. He's being guarded by Gabe Vincent, calling for a screen. He's waving Anunoby through. He wants a screen from Jordan Clarkson. He wants Corey Kispert involved in the action. Coming to his left, steps back. Left wing 3 for Alvarado off the step back. Can't get it to go. Rebounded by Kuminga. And again, they're holding them to 65 points, but they got to manufacture. They got it as CJ McCollum struggling with his hand. It's a jump ball. Good defense from the Knicks there yet again. They're stopping Atlanta from scoring, but it's really difficult for this lineup to manufacture offense. McCollum trying to dribble through 3 Knicks defenders, struggling with his handle, ultimately tried to pick it up, and then that's when Alvarado and Clarkson came over to time up. So that's a jump ball right there. Let's fill that in. Karl-Anthony Towns comes in. For who? Mitch? Big Mitch? Where's jump ball? Jump ball? I just saw it. There we go. Right there. So Towns comes in. Who does he come in for? Did he come in for Mitch? He does come in for Mitch. Alvarado wins it. What's the call here? Violation? Foul? They're calling a loose ball foul on Jose Alvarado. What is this officiating tonight, man? Is this amateur hour? Jose Alvarado hits the arm of CJ McCollum, but that's because he's just short. He went up and tried to slap the ball. He just made contact with his arm. I watched the LA Lakers-Houston Rockets game where the Lakers, and now he's at the foul line for 2 because they're in the bonus. Terrible officiating. I saw a game between the LA Lakers and the Houston Rockets where the Lakers very clearly, as McCollum misses a free throw, ball don't lie, baby. Ball don't lie, official. Stop trying to hand this game to the Atlanta Hawks on a silver platter. A lot of silly fouls here tonight. Back to my point, I saw a game as McCollum misses 2 free throws in a row. Ball don't lie, man. Ball don't lie. Here comes Deuce McBride bringing it down. I'll get to that point another time, or maybe I'll just forget it. Who knows? Either way, that's a bad call. McBride coming to his right off the Towns screen, snaking it back to his left hand, gets it over to Towns on the right wing, being guarded by Tony Bradley. Tony Bradley can't keep up with him. Bradley already with the little stutter step. Towns down the lane, draws the foul, he's going to the foul line for 2. He can't keep up with him. he can't keep up with him. We knew that was coming out. He was either getting a basket or he was getting fouled. Towns to the foul line for 2 here. Give us the 20-point lead, Big Cat, please. Please knock down your free throws. George Jones said we love missed free throws from our opponents. We'll never not love it, brother. We'll never not love it. We got to throw that on our shirt. That's a shirt design right there. We love when our opponents miss free throws. We love it. We love it. Certified L's. What's up, L's? I need Carr to score 1 more point. He's at the foul line for 2 free throws here. I don't know what he needs for you, but he's at the foul line for 2 points. 2 more possible points. Sons Gen said the Lakers and Thunder refereeing is going to be insufferable. Well, they don't have Luka. I know generally the Lakers officiating is sufferable no matter who is playing for the Lakers. They get a lot of calls. But yeah, it's going to be insufferable. Yeah. I will say, though, no Luka. So. Judge that said Deuce needs to get on the board. Yes, he does. Yes, he does. Same criticisms for Deuce McBride as we get from Mikal Bridges. The defense is solid. It's good defense. But you're not out there just to play defense, you know? You got to put some points on the board, too. Towns knocks down both free throws. There you go, Big Cat. There's the 20-point lead. Now hold on to this lead. Extend this lead. Make sure there's no doubt in this lead. Here comes Gabe Vincent bringing it down, being guarded by Alvarado. Vincent coming to his right. Gets it over to Okongwu. Okongwu hands it off to McCollum. Coming to his right. Step back. Swings it out. Kuminga. Right corner 3 over Anunoby. And he finally knocks one down. Okay. We'll continue to dare Kuminga to shoot. Anunoby gave a decent enough contest. He just knocked it down. Good shot from Kuminga. Alvarado has it up top, being guarded by McCollum. He was due for 1. He was 0 for 4. Now he's 1 for 5. Alvarado on the right wing, struggling with his handle, driving it down against McCollum, draws the foul. He's going to the foul line for 2. CJ McCollum has, you want to talk about a player coming back down to earth. That's why those 2 games were incredibly annoying, because this is more along the lines of who CJ McCollum has been this season. 34 years old, past his prime, 4 points, 2 for 8 from the field tonight. You know? Justice Dad said Deuce plus 18. Yeah. I mean, the defense has been solid. He's his contributions go beyond the box score, right? Again, I talked about it, the spacing he provides, the 3-point threat, all of the things about Deuce McBride he brings. The screen setting that he sets is really underrated. Like he brings contributions all around that don't show up on the box score. But like at the end of the day, the most important thing in basketball is putting points on the board. You got to put a couple points on the board. I'm not asking for a lot. Knock down the 3 or 2, Hasn't knocked anything down. I got the same criticism for Mikal Bridges, who, again, his impact and production goes past the box score, but at the end of the day, I need a couple points. That's all I'm asking for. Not a ton, not a lot. McCollum down the lane, throws up the floater, can't get it to go down. Towns with a one-handed rebound. Baseball pass out to Clarkson. Clarkson down the lane, one man to beat in Kispert. Little fall-away jumper over him, comes up short. Okongwu with the rebound, gets it out to Kuminga. Kuminga bringing it down, being guarded by Anunoby, picked up by Anunoby. Leaves it off to Okongwu as the trailer. Driving to his left, Euro steps down the lane, right-handed floater, got it to go down. Just a nice move from Okongwu there. Not settling for the 3. It is 87, is Alvarado knocked down both free throws. 87-70. McBride misses the 3, gets blocked by CJ McCollum, actually. They kick it out, Alvarado, left wing 3 as they recovered it, and Alvarado gets the 3 to go down. There you go, Jose Alvarado, and there goes the 20-point lead again. Hold on to that 20-point lead, Knicks, 20 seconds to go. And Kuminga has it up top. Kuminga being guarded by Anunoby. 10 seconds to go. Kuminga driving to his right and a foul on OG Anunoby. He's going to send Kuminga to the foul line for 2 because they're in the bonus. Not a good foul from Anunoby there. This is the Jose Alvarado we were promised when we traded for him at the deadline. 12 points for him tonight. I do think he's played a really good floor game in terms of his ball handling and setting the team up and making sure we get into actions. You wouldn't know it because he doesn't have an assist tonight, only 1 rebound and whatnot. I don't think he has a steal, but we could check the box score in a second. Kuminga knocks down the first free throw. He's got another one coming. But Alvarado has had a huge impact on this game. Again, sometimes you just need a floor general, a ball handler out there, and Landry Shamet and McBride are neither of those. And so Jose Alvarado should have been the backup point guard for a while here, and I'm glad we went back to it. Keenar said Jose has been excellent. Fantastic game. Might be his best game as a Knick outside of that regular season Philly game where he went off with 7 or 8 threes. Outside of that one, and 4 steals. Outside of that one, this might be Jose Alvarado's best game as a Knick. Just overall impact. The defense has been solid. Like I said, the floor game has been really good, getting them into their offense, handling some of the pressure and the ball handling responsibilities, getting them in their sets at the right time, and then also knocking down shots. And that's always going to be a part of it. Always going to be a part of it, knocking down some shots. Kuminga knocks down both. 8 seconds to go here. I let my timer tick down, but Brunson comes in for the final possession, blowing past the defense, driving it down in the paint. Hop step, kicks it out. Anunoby wide open, right wing 3. Got it to go. And they wave it off. And they wave it off. They wave it off. Because Jordan Clarkson ran into the defender there, or they kind of ran into each other. He knew, I'm not going to get out to that closeout. Let's see. No, that's Jordan Clarkson. Oh, that's a flop. That is a flop on Mikal Alexander-Walker. Atlanta misses their half-court heave at the end there. That's a flop from Mikal Alexander-Walker. Again, he knew, I can't get out to this Anunoby 3. Clarkson is moving. My best chance is to, when we collide here, know when it's coming. I'm going to hit the floor, flop my arms, and hope the official makes the call, because I'm not going to get a contest on this anyway. Played the game. Played the game. He won. That's just a really good, smart play from Alexander Walker. Sometimes you got to flop. Sometimes you got to flop to get the attention of the officials. It's a bad call. Should have let it go. But it is what it is. Knicks don't get the benefit of the doubt there. It is an 18-point game. James Warren, appreciate you, James. Hope you're having a good time tonight. Keenan Hart said, challenge? Mike Brown doesn't know that he could utilize challenges outside of the fourth quarter, though, Keenan Hart. So it doesn't even register in my mind that it's a possible challenge opportunity. Because Mike Brown doesn't even ever think about possibly challenging anything like that. Knicks fan said, I hate the Thunder, nothing but a bunch of floppers. I get why. Shades' son, what's up, Shades? Clarkson is stamina. Clarkson has had a really nice contribution here today. 7 points, some nice effort plays, no rebounds, 1 assist, 3 fouls. That last play, he doesn't even have to come to the picture. That's just great ball swing movement. Trust that Anunoby's going to get that shot off and knock it down. You don't have to step in front of the defender like that. He put himself in a bad position to get hit with a foul. But that's going to end our third quarter right there. 12 minutes on the clock. It's 90-72. Made the best team win. It looks like it should be the Knicks. Should be. They've dominated all night long. DJ, what's up, DJ? They said Tibbs doesn't develop players. Most of his guys are in the playoffs contributing. I think Tibbs develop players. I think the problem is that Tibbs doesn't develop end-of-the-bench guys. Does Mo Diawara get into the rotation this year if Tom Thibodeau's the head coach? Absolutely not. No way. No way would he ever trust Mo Diawara out there. And so that's kind of what they mean when they say Tom Thibodeau doesn't develop players. Not necessarily that he doesn't develop young players who are good. RJ Barrett's the third overall pick. Of course he was going to play. And of course he was going to end up being a good player. And Tom Thibodeau played a hand in part in developing him. But so did his coaching staff, who Tom Thibodeau entrusts to develop players. That's kind of the reason why people say it, is because Tom Thibodeau, why am I talking about Tom Thibodeau and developing players? But Tom Thibodeau handles majority of his responsibilities in terms of every rotation decision is his. He does not consult his coaching staff for the most part. Almost every game plan is his. He doesn't really consult his coaching staff a lot. The thing he entrusts his coaching staff with is developing players, is running practices, is working out with guys, is pointing things out during timeouts on the bench like that. David Andrews said quickly, Grimes, yeah, all first-round picks. Yeah. And also, we were calling for Quentin Grimes to play during his rookie year for the first 20 games while he languished on the bench, and Fournier was horrendous. But Tom Thibodeau's a good coach. who I think has been brandished as somebody who doesn't develop players when I do think he does. It just takes a really, 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 really long time for Tom Thibodeau to actually trust you and put you on the court, which is maybe very annoying. Tom Thibodeau doesn't develop second-round picks. First-round picks, he'll give you a chance. Your first-round pick should get a chance. Orville Sweeney, what's up, Orville? Watching my Knicks live and listening to my man Sheffy at the same time. Appreciate you, Orville. Hope you're having a good time tonight. We should. It's an 18-point lead. Start of the fourth quarter. Here we go. By the way, they have the Portland game up. It's 36-24 at the end of the first. It looks like San Antonio is going to run away with this one. They've dominated that first quarter. Brunson going to get into Clarkson. A full court press here from Atlanta. A little desperate. You know, they got to make something happen. They're down by 18. They get over to Bridges, being guarded by Kispert. Bridges, holding on to it. You know you could use a dribble, right, Bridges? Okay, he swings through to his left, handling it. Hands it off to Clarkson. Clarkson loses the handle, recovers it before it goes out of bounds. Attacking Kispert off the bounce. Down the lane, shot clock winding down all the way to the basket, smokes the layup. Can we get Clarkson out of this game? Shadow Jordan Clarkson, can we get him out of the game? Here comes McCollum down the lane, swings it out. Kispert, left wing three, wide open. Can't get it to go. Battle for the rebound. Brunson picks it up. Brunson bringing it down. Knicks holding on to this 18-point lead. Crosses over to his right, got a lane of the basket, going all the way. Scoop play with the right hand, got it to go. Again, Alexander Walker is not a great matchup for Brunson. The physicality is just too much for him. Dyson Daniels, much better matchup with Alexander Walker on him. Brunson has been able to get loose. They lob it over the top of Robinson, and they get Okongwu on a slam. Nice pass from Alexander Walker there. And they answer right back. Adrian, what's up, Adrian? I can smell the choke. I hope not. Brunson bringing it down. Has it up top. I can't remember the last time the Knicks lost a 20-point lead. Brunson throws a lob atop to Robinson, and Robinson responds with a lob dunk of his own over Okongwu. So anything you can do, I can do better offense. Kuminga has it in the post against Brunson. Draws the foul, misses the jumper, but he's going to go to the foul line for two. Brunson getting caught with his hand in the cookie jar. Nice move for Kuminga there. Just that's it. JB wants to get Kolek some run. Hopefully we see some Kolek Diawara minutes here today. DCL Love, what's up, DCL Love? Keenar said, stop it, Chevy, don't jinx it. It's not a jinx, brother, it's not a jinx. I can't jinx him. I can't. I got nothing. I can't do anything to this team. I'm not involved. I'm just over here in a room by myself. That's all I'm doing. All I said was I can't remember the last time the Knicks stroked a 20-point lead. It's not impossible. I've said it all night long. This Hawks team is spicy. The Knicks should have like a 30-point lead with the way they played tonight, but some of the game plan, and they call a moving screen on Robinson. That's a small ticky-tack foul. Come on, Robinson, a little head shake, but like moving screens have happened all game long. That's a little ticky-tack moving screen foul. Fung Pei, what's up, Fung Pei? Now hold on, or build the lead. Continue to build the lead. Holding on is not enough. Holding on is not enough. Build the lead. Johnson is back in. He has it up top. He's been guarded by Anunoby, unless he's been in. But this is the first time he's touching it in the second half. They get over to Okongwu. Pump fakes, blows past Robinson. In the lane against Bridges. Can't get the layup to go, but gets fouled. Mikal, you got to give a better contest than that, big dog. But at least he doesn't give up the and one. Okongwu going to the foul line for two. Mark said, oh, now we're so happy. Yeah, now we're so happy. His son, Jen. All alone in a tiny room, talking into a camera, watching a basketball game. Okongwu knocks down the first one. He's got another one coming. 17-point game. Got one more coming. MBM said, Ye of Little Faith Cafe closed early, and hopefully it stays closed. Angel A1 Jerome, what's up, brother? Just that said, Mikal's my least favorite Knick of all time. Yeah, man. It's been pretty disappointing. Josh Hart bringing it down. Can't say I'm surprised, though. I'm surprised it's gotten this bad. Josh Hart has it up top. He's back in the game. Gets it over to Robinson. Gets it over to Bridges. Bridges trying to get it to Brunson. They do. Curling off a Robinson screen. Now coming to his right after the Robinson screen. They hedge out hard. Show two. Brunson on the right wing. Pump fake. Gets Alexander Walker caught in the air. He's going to the foul line for three. Excellent manipulation from Brunson. Alexander Walker trying to contest Brunson as best as he can. Gets caught on the pump fake. Brunson's going to the foul line for two. Judge, that's Porzingis means more to me as a Knick than Mikal. I mean, that one makes sense. Porzingis was seen as like the prodigal son fourth overall pick after a miserable season, an injury-plagued season, comes in, and then, you have Melo on the down end. They're looking to trade Melo. Porzingis on the rise. As Brunson is the first free throw. Come on, can we knock down free throws now? That one makes sense. I really thought I was all in. I was all in on Porzingis as like the future of the franchise. And then I remember that's the closest I ever been to feeling like, oh, am I out on this team? Am I out on this franchise? Like, am I going to give up my Knicks fandom? That's the closest I ever been. Obviously, I didn't. But when that news dropped, because I had in my mind, like, they're not going to trade Porzingis. He's the only thing they got going right now. And then when the trade broke, I was like shocked, like my jaw hit the floor. I was like, what do you mean? What do you mean? Brunson does knock down the next two. Okay, we go 2 for 3 from the foul line there. We'll take it. 18-point lead again for the Knicks, 78-96. Hawks bringing it down. Can we get the camera off of Reggie Miller, please? Can we get the camera off to Clyde Frazier? Shout out Clyde Frazier. You guys know I love him, but we don't need the camera on him right now. Johnson bringing it down. He has it up top. Being guarded by Hart. Crossing over to his right. Over to Alexander Walker. Down the lane. Kicks out to Okongwu. Pump fakes. Back to Alexander Walker. Being guarded by Robinson. Alexander Walker. Inside to Okongwu, who had positioning on Brunson. Layup with the left hand. Got it to go. Nice flip shot inside. And again, picking on Brunson. Having some success at it. They get it in the Bridges over to Brunson. Brunson bringing it down. Knicks have to be better at scram switching Brunson off of these matchups, man. Brunson bringing it down with a back screen from Robinson. Brunson all the way to the rim. Gets chased down, blocked by Okongwu with a foul. Okongwu mad. He doesn't signal his coaching staff to challenge. So Brunson's going to go to the foul line for 2 here. I got to assume it was a foul. They're not going to show the replay, I assume. Knicks fans, since more stuff to the channel. Appreciate you, Knicks fan, man. Appreciate you. Sent a star for 2 jewels. Appreciate you, Knicks fan. Quinn Snyder is going to use a challenge here. Show us the replay. Why'd you wait so long to show us the replay? D, what's up, D? Put Cap back in? Yeah. Absolutely. Put Karl Anthony Towns back in. Please. Keno Hart said, hacked for sure. Definitely hacked. They didn't show the replay. Terrible job by the production staff. Terrible job by the broadcasting crew. How do you not show a replay on a challenge call? My goodness. Sadu Barry, what's up, Sadu? They didn't show a replay one time. They had so much time to show a replay, but they got enough time to cut the camera over to Reggie Miller's face. Come on. Terrible broadcast. Marlon said, Brunson needs to stop forcing his shots. I don't understand the mentality of when people are like, not tonight. Brunson's done an excellent job of attacking when he's had the opportunity to. Someone forgot to turn Reggie right side out when they took him out of the dryer. Thurston said, I'll welcome you over at the Rockets. Come over, chef. Come over. Never, brother. I will tell you, though, Durston, back in the day when I was younger, I always have a secondary team. Knicks, number 1, priority over everybody. Never going to change. I always have a secondary team that I like to keep my eye on, like to watch, or teams that I just like. When I was a kid, my secondary team at the time was the Houston Rockets. Why? Tracy McGrady, probably my favorite player of all time. Love Tracy McGrady. Love Tracy McGrady. Just that said, get 115 and it's over. Uh, 19 more points to get there. All right. Rated said, Celtics lose and Knicks winning. All is right in the world. All is right in the world, for sure. Gigi said, get Patrick Ewing in the game. Can't give them life or any thought they can come back. Yeah, it's only a 16-point game. It's only a 16-point game. I don't really like the way the momentum is trending so far here tonight. Need the team with momentum, but it definitely feels like it's shading more towards Atlanta. Fung Pei said, shout out T-Mac. Shout out T-Mac, man. Keenar said, agree, more Towns. Please get Towns in the game. I'm with you guys, 100%. Maybe go to the double big lineup. Get Clarkson out of the game. I like Clarkson, but get him out of the game right now. A little too small. A little too small right now. You got Johnson and Okongwu back out there again, along with Kuminga. You're just too small. The only guy you have out there who I feel comfortable guarding Kuminga, Johnson, and Okongwu is Mitchell Robinson and Josh Hart. That's it. So you're mismatched in one area there, right? So Bridges, Clarkson, and Brunson, I wouldn't feel comfortable on a Kuminga matchup, on a McCullough matchup either. So please make a rotation, Mike Brown. I don't like this group of Knicks that are out there right now. I don't like it. Too small. Liberty with up Liberty. Where's Dyson? On the bench right now. Let's see what they rule. Coach's challenge. No foul. Successful challenge. And it's Atlanta basketball. They have imminent possession. Successful challenge is over here. Looks like Brunson got hit on the head. I don't know how that's a successful challenge if there's contact to the head. But they only show 2 quick replays before they resume action. Maybe come back earlier from commercials so you can talk about it and show the replays more often, but I guess we'll just take the refs' opinion for that. Alexander Walker puts up the 3, comes up short, Bridges the rebound. Okay, could have been a huge 3 for Alexander Walker there. Brunson bringing it down. See if the Knicks can survive this mini run here. The Knicks come out with the same lineup. I don't like this lineup. Please switch the lineup. They get it over to Josh Hart. Josh Hart up top. Being guarded by Johnson. Pass fake. Gets it over to Brunson. Go to the double big lineup. I'm fine with that. If you want to save Anunoby a couple of minutes here. Brunson has Johnson switched onto him. He's going to dance with it. Brunson crosses over. Behind the back. Pump fake. Steps through. Scoop layup with the right hand. Bouncing on the rim. And he gets it to go down. Beautiful move from Jalen Brunson. Back up by 18 they go. They're vacillating between 16 and 18-point leads. Johnson all the way down to the rim. Nobody picks him up. Again, get somebody else in this lineup. I don't like this lineup of players at all. 16-point game. 98-82. Back and forth they go. 8:30 to go. Bridges up top. Gets it over to Robinson. Being guarded by Okongwu. Applying pressure. Robinson picks up his handle. Shoves it over to Brunson. Josh Hart looking over the official. And finally a foul is called. Keenan Hart said terrible defense. Yeah, no communication, terrible defense. You don't have any point of attack defenders out there on the court right now. I would swap Clarkson out. Get Clarkson out. Or Hart for Towns. I wouldn't mind that. But one of these 2 guys got it. Or Bridges. Somebody got to go. Somebody got to go. 16-point game. They get it into Bridges, curling to the rim, kicks it out to Clarkson. Wide open, right corner 3. Line me up, way off, barely grazes the rim, but it is out of bounds off at Atlanta. And the ball is going to stay here with the Knicks. Jordan Clarkson's 3-point shot completely abandoning him is not something I thought would have happened here, but it has. Keenan Hart said, here to say it, Brown can't coach. I actually like majority of the things he's done the last 2 games. And yet this lineup right here makes no sense to me. What is the purpose of some of the people in this lineup right now? Like, you're not accentuating the strengths of almost anybody. Now Dyson Daniels is back in the game guarding Brunson. He pump fakes and steps throughs again, and he knocks down the floater and the foul. Yes, sir. Jalen Brunson getting busy. Said, Dyson Daniels, you can come dance with me too. And Carmelo Anthony up on his feet, impressed by that move. He was dancing with him. Step back, Hezzy again, pump fakes. Gets Daniels up in the air enough, and then steps through for the floater. That was filthy, MBM. That was absolutely disgusting, that move right there. My goodness. My goodness. He's got 32. 30 for Jalen Brunson. That's up on the bingo card as well. We've had a very empty bingo card here tonight, I must say. Josh Hart with 9, 4, and 4. He's getting very close to the 12, 5, and 5 we got for him. But that's Brunson for 30. And he knocks down the free throw. Thank you, Jalen Brunson. 19-point game. 8 minutes to go here in the 4th quarter. Momentum starting to swing back towards the Knicks, courtesy of the captain. Brunson for 30 is where? Brunson for 30 is right here. I don't know if any players got 3 blocks, but Okongwu, right corner 3, he's open. He can't get it to go. Rebounded by Josh Hart. There you go, Josh Hart's 5th rebound. Knicks bringing it down the other way. Josh Hart up top. Coming to his left off the Robinson screen. Okongwu trying to tie him up. Josh Hart able to rip it back away. Gets it over to Brunson. Brunson being guarded by Vincent. Coming to his right. Brunson, rhythm dribble, pull up 3. Line me up, captain. Line me up. Let's get up out of here. Jalen Brunson trying to get the Atlanta Hawks up out of Madison Square Garden right now. 22-point lead for the Knicks. There you go. Building momentum. Johnson on the right wing. Inside pass to Daniels in the paint. Stops, turns, spins. Should have been a double dribble. They didn't call it. Gave Vincent an open 3. Can't get it to go. Robinson the rebound. And now we're locking in, baby. Now we're locking in. Brunson bringing it down. The Brunson brilliance is starting to be unleashed here. Brunson with 33 tonight. Brunson's going to dance with it again. Hesitates, pulls it out, being guarded by Daniels. Oh, they got 4 across. They're going to run a pick and roll with Robinson. Okay. Brunson coming to his left. Throws it over to Bridges. Bridges, inside pass to Clarkson. Flips it up along the baseline. Got it to go. 24-point lead for the New York Knicks. Get him up out of here. We're packing them up, getting them up out of here, 106-82. It's a nice, easy one, baby. It's a nice, easy one. We're approaching the halfway point of this, and the Knicks have their largest lead of the game. Daniel's putting up threes. He's missing them. Of course he is. Josh Hart, another rebound over to Robinson. Here comes Josh Hart. Crowd up on their feet, baby, serenading their Knicks. We're going to get some Tyler Kolek, Mo Diawara minutes, baby. We're going to get him. Josh Hart up top, being guarded by Johnson. Come to his right. Rhythm jump, pull a three. Another one. Another one. Off the back rim, can't get it to go. And a loose ball foul in the Atlanta Hawks. Holding on to Mitchell Robinson, trying to keep him off the boards. And this one's over, y'all. This one's over. Sean Collins and Chevy with the Hawk. Walking off screen. That one's it, y'all. After that, Brunson made three. That's it. That's it right there. We getting up out of here. A no-doubter, MBM, a no-doubter. New York Knicks basketball, Mark, absolutely, at its finest here. 24-point game. This is exactly what I expected from this series. This is why I said Knicks in 5. I gave Atlanta one good shooting game where maybe McCollum can get it going, or Johnson or Alexander Walker, or maybe all three of them. I gave them one game. The fact that the Hawks got 2 games annoys and frustrates me, but the Knicks handling business here tonight at Madison Square Garden. Now you got one more victory. You got to go to Atlanta and go ahead and get them up out of here. Don't let this go to Game 7. I don't want that at all. Lewis said, these are the Knicks we want to see playing always. Yup, this is the version of the Knicks. And honestly, they left a lot on the table as well. There was a lot that they didn't get going as well. Spotty said, top offense and top defense on full display. Top 6 in both. I think they fell to 8th defensively by the end of the regular season. Top 10 in both. Top 5 in offense, top 10 in defense. And those are championship numbers right there. Brunson said 2 double-doubles. 2 double-doubles. Who else got a double-double? OG? Taking a look. Let's take a look at our bingo card. We haven't really taken a look all night long. We did have a successful challenge. We had a jump ball. Brunson for 30 goes off. Let's take a look at the box score to see if anybody has 3 blocks. You guys got to let me know. We need Josh Hart for 12, 5, and 5. That missed 3 would have put him at 12 points. He would need 1 more assist, but now he still needs 3 points and 1 more assist. Let's update that for the Brunson 30 ball. Really empty bingo card tonight. Really empty. Let's take a look at the box score and see what we got. Cat for 25. He's sitting with like 16 points for Cat. Failed challenge, no. 4-point play, no. Johnson for 25. He's also sitting at 16. Shot clock violation, not yet. Alexander Walker for 25. He's got 16. Nobody with the triple-double. Jalen Johnson, 16, 9, and 5. Not really. Bridges for 10. Mikal Bridges has what, 2? He's got 4. 4 points from Mikal Bridges. Can't even get his 10. Had 8 the previous game. Where are we at? Okongwu for 3 threes. I don't think he's hit 1 tonight. Maybe 1. Oh, he's hit 2 threes. He needs 1 more 3. Okay. Daniels for 4 stocks. Dyson Daniels with no stocks tonight. And that is a huge win for the Knicks. Dyson Daniels with 0 blocks and 0 steals. That's a huge, huge win for the Knicks. Raymond said, dang, JB deserves the mirror ball trophy for the footwork. Footwork has always been gorgeous, man. Always. Yup. On full display here tonight. Love that they emphasized that during the broadcast. That was good broadcasting right there. They put the highlight on his footwork there, and it was just magical. Yak said, is Mitch close? Yeah, let's go through, what do we need? Hart 12.5. We looked at any player for 3 blocks. Nobody on Atlanta. Everybody with 1. They only have 2 blocks as a team. Towns with 2 blocks. And that is it. Robinson with only 1. How about offensive rebounds for Mitch? He's got 2 offensive rebounds. No. Adrian said Hawks in 7. Sure, brother, sure. You got to keep hope alive somehow. McCollum for 25, not close. McBride for 3 threes, hasn't hit a shot all night. Kuminga with 12 and 5, I don't think so. He's had a rough night. Oh, he's got 13 and 4. Okay, Kuminga for 12 and 5 is on the board. Anunoby for 20 points might be washed because this game is a blowout. We probably won't see him again. He's got 15. Robinson for offensive rebounds, no. He's only got 2. No travels yet tonight, and no technical fouls. So, Raymond said today Atlanta are spectators. They fought tooth and nail, but just not able to match up. Towns is back in. Brunson, a beautiful bullet pass over to Anunoby down low. When Brunson's playing like this and all eyes are on him, that's when the passing game becomes magical for JB. It really is. It really does. Gabe Vincent up top, a 26-point lead for the Knicks. Vincent coming to his right against Brunson, stops, pulls it out, coming to his left, puts up the straightaway threes. Brunson goes under the screen, high arcing, way off. Towns another rebound. Quick outlet to Brunson, one man to beat in Vincent. Brunson's going to attack him down the lane, draws the foul. Can't get the flip shot to go down, but he will go to the foul line for two. Brunson stacking on these stacking on these points, baby. Maybe trying to get that 40 ball. Doing too much that Rick Smith's Atlanta shoots bricks. Let's go, Knicks. We win in 6. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It should have been Knicks in 5 as Brunson rattles in the first one. Should have been Knicks in 4, but I'll give them that one game that they won. Should have been Knicks in 5, but like I said, but they had to give away that one game, man. Ghost Travie, what's up, Ghost? I just need Cat to make 2 points, and then they can sit him out again. Cat was 16. They put Anunoby up to 17 now. I don't know if they missed something, but they put him up to 17 now. Brunson knocks down both free throws, giving him 36 points tonight. Hey, Brunson, 2 more baskets, brother. Give us a 40 ball. Give us a classic 40 ball from JB. A 40-point playoff game. We love to see that. Dyson Daniels, a right corner 3. They don't even close out to him, and he gets it to go down. They don't even close out to Dyson Daniels shooting them threes, man. They will dare him and live with that. Brunson bringing it down against Daniels on the right wing. Brunson coming to his left. They show 2. Gets it over to Towns on the right wing. Towns back up top to Brunson. Brunson being guarded by Daniels. Time winding down. 5:30 to go here. Keep going. Time. We're past the halfway point. Brunson dancing around a McBride screen. Pulls it out. Spins. Sees a double team. Over to Bridges. Left wing 3. Mikal line me up at the buzzer. Can't get it to go. Johnson the rebound. Comes Johnson. Bringing it down. Up top. Picked up by Anunoby. Crosses over to his right. Kicks it out to Dyson Daniels. Another open lock. They're not guarding him. They kick it back over to Johnson. The relocation. He throws up a brick. Rebound goes right to McCollum. One-legged fall-away jumper over Brunson. Got it to go. And they trimmed it down to a 23-point game, y'all. 23-point game. Keenar said, yep, let Daniels shoot threes all night long. Shoot them all night long, Dyson Daniels. Bridges bringing it down to get over to Towns. Towns up top. Brunson telling his team, you go run the offense. I've done too much already. I'm exhausted. They try to throw it down low to Anunoby. Johnson jumps the passing lane, gets a steal. One man to beat him. Brunson is going to go right through him. Layup. McBride on the chase down attempt. Slaps the backboard. Got pretty close to it. Got up high, but couldn't get the block. Bridges gets it back to McBride. He'll bring the ball down. McBride sees a double team, gets it over to Bridges. There you go. They're getting past the timeline. Little full court press. They get it back to Brunson. It's a 21-point game. 4:15 to go here. Brunson driving to his left, down the lane. Kicks it over to Bridges. Another relocation 3 for Bridges. And he rattles one in. Okay, Mikal Bridges, get your game off, brother. And a timeout from Atlanta. And that's pretty much going to be the Dagger, I assume. We're going to bring in the end of the bench guys after this timeout. 113-89. We love an unentertaining Knicks game because it's a blowout. And for us Knicks fans, it's always going to be entertaining when it's a blowout. Jorge Rodriguez said, get our guys out. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. K. Hazy. There we go, Miguel. Yeah, there we go, Mikal. Knocking down the 3 there. Get your shots up. Get the volume up, big dog. Absolutely. Get the volume up. Find that shot again. We're going to need you next round against Boston. Lewis said, let me tell you something, Chef. That's every Knicks fans over here across the world in Panama. Very pleased with the work you're doing, my man. Keep on the good work, Chef. Appreciate you, Lewis, man. My guy all the way out there in Panama. Appreciate you, Lewis. Hope you and everybody is having a good time tonight, man. It's definitely been a good time for me. A very stress-free game as a Knicks fan, getting the call this one, 113-89. 2 in a row for the Knicks, dominating over the Atlanta Hawks, and this is exactly what I expected from this Knicks team, which is why those 2 losses were so annoying and so frustrating. So frustrating. Keenar said, yeah, Mikal hit a shot. You know, Atlanta embarrassed Mikal. Mahmoud Kalashvili would be nice. With that, Bridges is up to 7 points. He's still not going to give us 10. But a very empty bingo card for us tonight. My goodness. It's just been that dominant the performance from the Knicks. It just hasn't been a whole lot going on. Other than Jalen Brunson getting up to 30, I mean, everybody got in the action. Towns with only 16, and Anunoby with 17. Bridges with 7. It's just, you know. Nick Yak said, Brunson haters quiet. Yeah. Yeah. Kispert down the lane, kicks it out. Mo Gay is in the game. Buddy Hield is in game. Mo Gay misses the three. Brunson rips down the rebound. The Knicks still have the starters in, but now Mike Brown waves over the end of the bench guys. Alvarado's going to come in as well, though. Brunson has it up top, being guarded by Buddy Hield to get over to Towns. This one's nice and over. MBM, KT Mo. Brunson another three. Brunson up to 39. Leave Brunson in the game. Tell him to go get me one more basket. Give me the 40. Give me a 40. Mo Gay hands it off to Buddy Hield. Cross-court pass to Vincent. McBride picks up a reach and foul. A bad reach and foul, McBride. You're going to sub Brunson out of the game. God, McBride! We needed one more point from Brunson for the 40 ball. Now he's going to be stuck at 39. A disgusting number. He's going to come out of the game now. A standing ovation from the Garden faithful. 116-89. I'm not even fully keeping track of the score anymore. And we're going to get the end of the bench guys in. Brunson's going to walk back to the locker room. Probably get that ankle looked at. Got a mini hobble to him. Just a mini one. Just a mini one. Tyler Kolek, Landry Shamet, Jose Alvarado, Ariel Hukporty, and Jeremy Sohan in there. Where is my guy Mo? Where's Mo? Alvarado doesn't even be in there. He's part of the rotation right now. Buddy Hield down the lane, gets the layup to go. Why is Alvarado in the game? Get him out. Get Mo in. Where's Mo? Where's Mo? Where's Mo? You're going to need Mo come playoff time at some point. Mo Diawara can't play right now. In garbage time in the playoffs, get my guy Mo in there. Shaman misses a three. Get Alvarado out. He's a part of the rotation. We don't need him out there right now. He played well tonight. I'm more upset about that than anything that happened tonight. Mike Brown, whoever was in charge of the substitution here, where is Mo? Gabe Vincent rattles in the right corner three. We got Sohan out there, though. I like that. Jay Gardner, what's up, Jay Gardner? This is where you keep Bridges in to get a rhythm. No reason to take him out. Agree? I mean, you can. I don't disagree with that thought process, that mentality at all. I just don't think it's necessarily a series for him. As Jeremy Sohan lined up a three. Okay. 2 minutes to go here. DCL Love said, we need Mo. We need Mo, man. We need Mo. I like Sohan knocking down that three, though. Buddy Hield misses the pull-up jumper. Can we get TK a basket, too? Angel Owen Drummond said they definitely could have used Hield shooting. He's a turnstile defensively. At this point in his career, it's as bad as it's ever been. He's always been a turnstile, but it's as bad as it's ever been now. You can't have him out there as a part of rotation anymore. He's not a rotation player in the NBA at this point. At this point in his career, he's going to transition to being an end-of-the-bench, like, mentor, veteran type of role player. Especially on, like, a decent team. Maybe on a couple of tanking teams he'd be a part of the rotation, but on a decent team, he's too detrimental. Way too detrimental. 150 to go here. Jay Garner said, love to see TK chirping. I do too. And he chirps a lot. Keenar said, maybe Mo's dinged. Maybe. I did see, like, pregame videos of him working out. Going through his pregame routine, like, but yeah, maybe he's got something going on. Maybe he's a little dinged up, and they're like, all right, we don't have to throw him out here, and we could throw Sohan out there. Sohan knocked the ball out of bounds. DCO Love said, wow, Buddy Hield is a non-factor at this point in his career. Yeah, had a nice solid career. We got Dottie at the scores table. All right, I'm going to assume something's up with Mo Diawara. He's not fully healthy. Got Dottie before Mo, so Mo's just, that's it. Mo's just not fully healthy right now. Sohan blowing past the defense in the lane, 2 and a slam. Get your game off, Jeremy Sohan, yes sir. I'm pretty sure playoff debut as well, so he's knocked down, he's 2 for 2. 2 for 2. Alvarado intentionally fouls, so he can get Dottie in the game. Good guy Alvarado, veteran Alvarado, you love to see that. 121-94, 120 to go. K. Hazy, Sohan. I like to see Sohan get his game off. I like Sohan. Obviously, if he wants to crack the rotation next season, a lot of work's got to be put on got to be put into his offensive game. Kispert will fire up a three. He'll miss it badly. But, battle for the loose ball. Kolek knocks it over to Sochan. Sochan will bring it down. Sochan, give me another basket. Or leave it off for Kolek. Kolek back to Sochan. Line me up again. He's going to pump fake. He's going to pull it back out. Hands it off to Kolek. Lobs it back over to Sochan. They're feeding Jeremy Sochan in the post. Okay, little fall away jumper off glass. Get busy then, Jeremy Sochan. 7 points off the bench. Okay. I see you. I'll tell you what, guys. We got to go back to the Blue Blazer next stream as well for the Knicks game. Next Knicks game as well. Pull up three for Keaton Wallace. Can't get it to go. Hug Porty rips away a rebound. Here comes Kolek. Kolek looking for Sochan. They get it over to Sochan down the lane in the paint. Gets wrapped up and fouled. They really didn't want to blow the whistle, but they had to blow the whistle. There was too much contact there. Refs trying to get up out of here, too. Christian Play said Sochan matching Mikal point for point. He is 3 for 3 from the field. Jeremy Sochan 7 points here in garbage time. Actually, he's going to the foul line for 2 free throws. He could get more than Mikal. I tell you what, if Jeremy Sochan gets 10 points, we'll fill in the Bridges 10 points wherever it is. A really bad bingo card tonight. We just didn't have anything happen. We'll fill in Bridges 10 points if Jeremy Sochan gets 10. Not that it's going to help us get bingo or anything, but. Roger G. Wall said, reserved outfit for Knicks games. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. The orange and blue. The orange and blue. Sochan rattles in both free throws. Why is my score so off? Did I give him a 2 rather than a 3? It's 124-94. Jeremy Sochan has outscored Mikal Bridges tonight. He's outscored him. They get over to Diawara. They get it up top to Kispert. Pump fake, drive to his left into the paint. Gets blocked by Hug Porty. Picked up by Kolek. Kolek shoves it over to Sochan. Sochan euros down the lane. Scoop layup. He's got 10. He's got 10. There it is. Jeremy Sochan for 10 points. Mark said Spurs up 20 at half. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Buddy Hield knocked down a 3, by the way. But that's going to wrap us up right there. I don't even have the timer going. That's going to wrap us up. Jeremy Sochan came in for his playoff debut, by the way. His playoff debut. He went off for 10 points here in garbage time. You'll love to see it. Chaotic Styles. What's up, Chaotic Styles? Just what I needed. A laugher. Now we ended in Atlanta. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Buzzer beater. A lot of people watching. 165 likes, 304 haters. Appreciate you, Buzzer beater. Thank you for hanging out with us here tonight. K's 10 points in 3 minutes in garbage time. Jeremy Sochan solid. Again, he's going to have to work. I like Jeremy Sochan. I like the versatility he could bring. He's going to have to work on that offensive game so he could be part of the rotation next year. D. Grant said Philly beat Boston. Yes, indeed. We got a couple of game 6s coming on Thursday, I believe. Rich Smith with a very generous super chat. Appreciate you, Rich. He said, a good game calling. See ya Thursday. Go, Knicks. Yes, sir, Rich. Enjoy your night, brother. Enjoy your night. Jorge Rodriguez said, I'll be back here with you Thursday, brother. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We will be back on Thursday, of course, to watch our New York Knicks. But we will also be back tomorrow. So going to the final box score, obviously Philly beat the Celtics. We know the Knicks beat the Hawks. And the Spurs are on the verge of closing this one out against the Blazers up by 20 at halftime. We will be live again tomorrow, though. Obviously, we'll be live Thursday for the Knicks game, but we'll be live again tomorrow. Man, we should have put this in the chat earlier for a vote. What do we watch? We have to pick one. We have to pick one tomorrow. We're not going to do the doubleheader. I'm personally not really interested in this Rockets-Lakers series. 3-1. The Lakers went up 3-0. I lost interest in it. So we got to pick one. We got to pick one. I think we got to do Magic Pistons. I think this is guaranteed to be a good game, whereas this one, Cleveland might come out looking to make a statement and blow out the Raptors again. Could happen. Miserable game, miserable shooting game for both sides. I got to think that Cleveland will clean that up in game 5 there. I think we're going to do Magic Pistons. I think that's where I'm going to go. Piston desperation game. Yeah, considering that Orlando's up 3-1, I got to think the Pistons are going to be desperate and bring it. So, but maybe we'll start here. If the Pistons come out with their hair on fire and they start blowing out the Magic, maybe I'll get things set up to maybe we could pivot over to Raptors Cavs. Maybe that could happen. But with that being said, we'll maybe I'll set things up so we can vacillate between the both of them. But with that being said, I appreciate you guys for hanging out with us. Not much to go over. We went over all of it. Nothing happened in our bingo card, so not much to go over here today. It was a laugher. We've gone through all the stats. I'm mad Jalen Brunson ended up with 39 instead of 40. But with that being said, we're going to end it off right there. Shout out all of the channel members, whether you were gifted a membership or decided to become a member all on your own. I appreciate you. Shout out any new subscribers and viewers in the chat tonight. And shout out my guy Rich Smith with a very generous super chat. I did it earlier tonight as well with a very generous super chat. Shout out everybody with all of those gifted jewel things. Appreciate you guys. Appreciate everybody in the chat tonight. Bruce, Angel A1, Roman, Ian Parkins, Eamon Owens, MBM, David Osh Jr., Nick Yak, Buzzer Beater, appreciate you guys. Susan, of course, appreciate you. And we'll be live again tomorrow. We'll be live again Thursday for when the Knicks hopefully look to close it out at Atlanta. And now that game is going to be fully scheduled, we'll learn what time the game goes on. But appreciate you guys. That'll wrap us up. Remember, brush before bed. Stay hydrated. Knicks in 6. And I'll catch you on the next one. Good night, everybody. Bye.